you need a strong team. At TPIL Lawyers, we rise above the pack. When it comes to your total and permanent disability and compensation claims, choose TPIL, the personal injury lawyers. TPIL Lawyers, proud partner of AFL Queensland.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Graham Road, the home of the Aspley Hornets for 2025 TPIL QAFL Premiership Season semi-final action. It's a do-or-die clash here this afternoon between the home side, the Aspley Hornets, and the Morningside Panthers, brought to you by Dog Take, and the official AFL Queensland YouTube channel. My name's Kane Brown, joined in the box this afternoon by the great man Jack Form. Welcome, Jack.
Good afternoon, Kane. This one promises to be an absolute ripper. These teams, 4th and 5th on the ladder at the end of the regular season. They've been the powerhouse of the competition the last 5 seasons. They won 4 out of the last 5 premierships. They're just evenly matched across the board. It should be a ripper. No,
it should be an absolute classic this afternoon. Last time they played off in a final was the semi-final last year. Morningside getting up by 20 points on that occasion, but these two sides, very different lineups, a number of premiership players out for both sides, unfortunately. But after the disappointment of last week going down to the minor premier in Palm Beach, Aspley will be looking to hit back. And on the other side of the coin, Morningside looking to go back-to-back this season, trying to get this win ticked off the ledger. So
winner goes through to play Redland Victoria Point in a prelim next week. These two teams, they've played twice this season in round 12. Morningside beat Aspley by 33 points, 88-55. And in round 17, Aspley returned the favour, defeating Morningside 72-55. So both teams 1 win apiece. This one to the rubber match. Game 3 decider in a semi-final. So loser goes home. It should be an absolute beauty of a match. Aspley won the toss and will be kicking to the left of your screen in this first quarter.
Thanks to Brendan's Windows and Doors, Jack. the umpires today, field umpires Jamison Galbraith, Zachary Charter and Kai Everson. Boundary umpires Christian Chitty, Andrew Raddy and Jack Boyce. And goal umpires Connor Johnstone and Jack Williams. Good luck to the guys in green this afternoon. Crowd is building for QAFL semi-final do-or-die action here. We're about to see the first bounce of the ball. It's Walbers in the ruck. Looks like Morningside won the first tap out though, trying to punch that ball clear. Looks like Lane Brown there on that bottom of the pack for the Aspley Hornets. No, it wasn't. It was... Geez, just trying to get my list here. Get back to that one. This is Brown kicking, looking for Banks Smith. Couldn't take the mark. Harker decides to take a bounce. Runs to 70, kicks to the pocket, but that was well and truly easily cut off there by Taylor Watson.
So Wasom into the back pocket, goes to Hobley, who goes further across goal, deep inside their defensive 50. So they go long towards halfback. Beautiful kick, found Tom Griffiths on the halfback flank. Griffiths wants to play on quickly, goes around the body up towards centre wing. Big contest there, was punched away by Brown, and a free kick is going to be paid. It'll go the way of Morningside, and this one going the way of Darcy Cameron Reeves.
Dawson with the giving away the free kick for on the man there.
So Cameron Reeves called to move it on now. He chips up between wing and half forward and finds the big man, Brad Hodge. So Hodge gives a handball off to a running Hobley. Hobley towards half forward, bounced down in front of Arnold, picked up by Morningside. They go top of the goal square. Getting back there for the Hornets was Fox, and Fox just pumps it long out of danger. Two will fly, was knocked away from Waters, close to the boundary line. Hobley can't keep it in. We'll have a throw in around 75 out from the Panthers' goal.
Well, it's an interesting concept between these two sides. Going to play the first 5 minutes just trying to feel each other out. It's a juicy contest in the ruck though with Hodge and Walbers, arguably the two best ruckmen in the competition. Walbers playing the front, got the tap out, got the ball to Crawley, still rolling around, gets tackled by Hodge. Another stoppage, about 80 metres out from goal. They were pretty good for the first quarter, Aspley last week. Ran out of tickets in the end against the minor premier and Palmy. Little chip kick, rolls up the ground. Good three-man tackle there. Looks like someone's lost a boot as well, right? Blue boots there.
Yeah, that's Hobley, who has lost it, and he's just looking for an opportunity. Just throws it to the boundary. He's going to soldier on with the one boot. Walbers won it down. They go forward here. Aspley through Leahy. High ball to about 30 out. Contest in the pocket there. Wasom did well to knock it away. Players from both teams fly in. Wasom came up with it. His handball ended up in the arms of nobody and trickled out of bounds. So we'll have a throw in around 49 metres out. Hornets into attack, and two very different game styles. The Hornets, the last ranked in disposals in the competition, so they like to chip it around. They like to, they take a lot of marks. They like to move the ball methodically, where the Panthers like to move it fast. Walbers try to take it out of the ruck. Strong tackle laid on Pearce, and we'll have another ball up just outside the 50-metre arc with the Hornets into attack.
He was one of the players that really was missing last week in Leahy. It's good to see him back in the side. No one can clearly get the tap out there. Leahy ends up with it, gets thrown, swiveled around, no free kick. So another stoppage, about 55 out. Little chip kick, finds Harker, pushes off, looking for a teammate in Saunders. Instantly gets claimed, Crawley. So another stoppage. They're holding up pretty well, the defence of Morningside in these early stages. Walbers and Hodge again. Walbers slams the ball. Harker lays a pretty solid tackle. Ball comes out, instantly gets intercepted by Templeton. He gets claimed. Holding the ball, says the umpire. The free kick's going to be taken by Morningside at half-back. Chips to the wing. Good mark taken there by Cooper Hodge, son of the great man Luke Hodge. As play continues now, slams the ball inside 50. One-on-one. What a great one-handed mark in the end. And was that Waters down there? I believe it could be. He'll be lined up for his first goal of the afternoon. 4.5 minutes played. Yes, it is Waters.
Matthew Waters controlled the drop zone with one arm, held his opponent off and took it with the other arm. It was mercurial stuff, and from 35 out, tightish angle, but you'd back him in here. He's been Morningside's leading goal kicker on the season, knows how to find the big sticks.
Here we go. Waters, he kicked the first 2 goals in the grand final last year, set the Panthers alight. Can he do it here? That looked like it might have been half touched off the boot. Push to the right-hand side. First score of the afternoon goes to the Panthers. They lead by the 1 point.
Arnold, the skipper, to bring it in. He's got a man out. It's McDonald. Had to sit under it and wait for it. Ended up taking it on the chest. It was a beautiful long kick out from full-back by the skipper. So McDonald called to move it on now. He retreats back into his defensive 50, where he's found Fox, who goes across the defensive goal face. Getting their kick mark game into action. Here's Dawson. 35 out from his defensive goal. Beautiful kick straight up the guts. Found Cohen Harker, who found some space, and Harker's a man on. Here's McDonald, who ran on. So McDonald's marked between wing and half forward. He's going to chip it up into the 50. Beautiful kick. Landed just inside the 50, and Stackelberg's taken the mark.
How good was that of a kick to find Harker in the middle of the ground from Liam Dawson? That was a 50-metre pass and just got him off and running. So
Stackelberg, 14 away from the ton in season 2025. This would take his absolute best from where the boundary intersects the 50. He's given it a good ride. It's working its way back, not enough, so a minor score. First of the day for the Hornets. We've got a 1-1 ball game with 6 1/4 minutes played first quarter.
Well, geez, again, they're just feeling each other out in the early stages, but I'll tell you what, it's been a little bit end-to-end in the first few minutes as well, as that little chip kick to half-back's not bad for the Panthers. Looking down the line, where's he going to go from here? There's sort of equal numbers down the line. That's where he decides to go. It's a 1-on-3 in the end. Harker gets it off the hands. Just pumps the ball back in. Gets over the back. Where's Nick Dodge? Lays a solid tackle there, unfortunately. Is that a stoppage or
Cohen
free
Harker's
kick?
had a good start to this game.
Oh, has he? Wide. He went from an absolute monster tagger to one of the best midfielders in the competition. Walbers got the tap out. Straight in the hands of a teammate. That little chip kick's not 15, so they'll be playing on. Stoppage about 25 out, probably 20 metres out from the Hornets' goal.
So Hodge and Walbers again. Walbers won it down. Sharking the ball and having a shot on goal was Dodge, and Dodge has kicked it from a tight angle. Aspley get the first of the semi-final. What a finish from Nick Dodge, and the ruck work from Will Walbers was sublime.
Nick Dodge, he's an absolute goal sneak in that forward pocket, but he doesn't take a backward step either. He put a good shepherd on about a couple of minutes earlier to try and set up that last shot on goal.
So Aspley 1-1-7, Morningside 1 behind, 6-point lead, 7 3/4 minutes played first quarter. TPIL Lawyers QAFL semi-final action. The winner of this one going through to play Redland Victoria Point next week in a prelim final. And what a way to get us underway, Kane. That was a beautiful shot of goal from Nick Dodge, and great ruck work by Will Walbers. We know how important he is to the Aspley setup. Got his hand on it first, and he's had the best of the early ruck battles against Brad Hodge.
Well, he's the #1 clearance player for Aspley this season with 129 clearances. So for a big man, his second and third efforts are brilliant. And Dodge finished off the great work. That little chip kick to centre half back for Aspley ends up in the hands of a Panther. Little chip kick got smothered. What's going on here? They're going backwards before they go forwards. Tarlington chips it across. They've got the out number. Henderson's out there. Ends up with it now. Handball's back inside to Saunders. Saunders instantly gets slammed. On the ball, says the umpire. So here's a chance for the Panthers to hit back.
There's Cooper Hodge with the rundown tackle.
Surprise, surprise. See how long he can kick here. Just chips to the pocket. That's a brilliant kick. Shaquille McLeod takes a chest mark in the left forward pocket, but it's still going to take one of his best kicks to kick this one through the middle.
Just didn't panic there, Cooper Hodge, and managed to find a leading target. And Shaq McLeod able to find a lot of space there in the pocket.
No, he had a man of room. A lot of Aspley defenders guarding space. This will be a great start for him. Leans back. Look at that for a kick. That is absolutely brilliant.
His arms went up as soon as it left the boot.
And Shaq McLeod goes bang and gets his first, and all of a sudden we've got a squared ball game once again. 1-1-7 apiece. Tick under 10 minutes played. QAFL TPIL Premiership Season 2025 semi-final action. And it's a brilliant start from both these sides.
And it can be a tough place to kick a goal sometimes here at Auto Mall Oval in Aspley. The wind swirls around. So that, from a tight angle, was a beautiful kick by Shaq Mitchell, and Morningside get their first of the day. So it's tied at 7 apiece with 10 minutes played. And we've got the makings of a ripper match on our hands.
We'll keep an eye on the other game being played today, the Gold Coast Derby between Surfers and Labrador. That should be a beauty as well. We'll keep track of that during the day.
So Walbers and Hodge to do battle again. And umpire is going to recall the bounce and throw it up in the middle. So a bit of a lull comes over Auto Mall Oval. Walbers and Hodge to do battle again. Hodge won it down, got the clearance, high up and under ball to half forward. Bit of a wrestle on, free kick is going to be paid. It's going to go the way of Morningside. So free kick going to Darcy Cameron Reeves. No, Tommy Horn in fact. He just had his Aspley opponent just had a handful of the jumper, and this will take Tommy Horn's best kick. He'll have to kick it from just on the edge of the 50-metre arc.
Well, he won the best on ground in last year's grand final, had an absolutely brilliant performance.
So Tommy Horn on the approach, arcs around it, gets some more distance. He's given it a good ride. It is floating through. I think it's gone through. It hasn't been touched, but the umpire is calling Horn back to go back over the mark, and he's going to get his kick again.
I think there was a brief shepherd. There was like a block, so when he ran around the mark to try and get a bit more distance, there was a Morningside player. It looks like it was Tommy Griffiths trying to play the block play.
So Horn gets another opportunity as the breeze picks up ever so slightly. And here he comes again. May have learned his lesson from the first kick at goal. Needs to get under it a little bit more. As he struts in, he arcs around again from right on the edge of 50. This one fading, and out on the full, straining for the extra distance. So after all that, no score. Hornets 7, Morningside 7, 12 minutes played.
Well, it ends up in the hands of Liam Dawson. He took about 8 intercept marks last week. He was brilliant. He was one of their best, the Hornets. That little kick's not the best. Little handball off. 1-2, Walbers looking for the handball, doesn't get it. Comes off for a well-earned rest. So stoppage, about 90 out from the Panthers' goal.
Well, define the stats coming in, because these two teams, the lowest ranked tackling teams in the competition, but it has been full of tackles early on. As Aspley soccer it down the line, Cody Stackelberg led the race, got worried out of it by Luca Winton, who got a chain of handballs going back to Person, who went up towards wing and half forward, went over the head of Hodge. Coming at it was Henderson, and now footy's ended up with Howson, who handballed it inboard looking for McDonald, who just got it on close to the boundary line. They can't keep it in. We'll have a throw in between wing and half forward for Aspley. In fact, it's gone out on the full, so Taylor Wason will take the free kick for Morningside, and he'll look inboard. He might be forced to just kick it long down the line.
Well, Kai Persley just re-signed with the Panthers for the next season, so well done to him. He had a semi-touch as Dodge rose that well, gets the 1-2. Chips back to half-back, which has worked okay. Shaq McLeod on the mark. And you had Jesse Patrick Doherty, who had a pretty good afternoon last week as well against Palm Beach. Crawley. Dodge has ended up with it again. He's touched it 3 times in 30 seconds. That chip 45 wasn't too bad. Now they're off and running the Panthers. Chip back in the middle. Dads. A little bit of a quieter season for him. That kick is brilliant, though. And ends up with a big fella.
Keegan Downey.
What
a kick from Ryan Dads. Just laced him out. 45-metre kick. It went all of a couple metres off the ground. That was a bullet.
Well, Downey, leading goal kicker for Panthers last year, got suspended in the final series, missed that premiership win. He'll be desperate to get back into a grand final. Downey now launches. It's pushed across the face of goal, and it's going to be punched over the line. So touched off the hand, so they'll take that as a win, the Panthers. Boundary throw in, right forward pocket.
So from what we can glean from those early kicks of goal, the wind going left to right, so coming straight at us in the commentary box. So it's played havoc with a couple of Morningside shots at goal. Ball back into play. Doing the ruck work was Waters. Wrapped up was Batoli Simmons. He had no opportunity to get rid of it, and we'll have a ball up, 40 out.
Lay's had a fair bit of it in these early stages. He's just seen off the stoppage here. No one's on him.
So they try to go out of the ruck. Big pack of players around. Handball out from Arnold. And now they go to half back. Mark was dropped by Chapman. Hodge worried him out of it. Picked up the footy, went inside forward 50. Big pack of players. McLeod managed to gather, tried to beat a couple tackles. The Pig not holding the ball. Umpire allows it to go on. And Aspley are going to get out of trouble. Kick towards half-back. Hodge sits under it. Couldn't complete the mark. It was paddled back in the Purslow direction, who went along to the hot spot. All Aspley back there, and taking the intercept mark was Liam Dawson just outside his defensive goal square.
And that's what they can't afford to do, the Panthers. They've got to lower the eyes. Try and hit up a target inside 50, because Liam Dawson will do that all afternoon if you allow him to do it. You've got to make him accountable. Bring the ball to ground. Lower the eyes. Try and hit that leading target. Just bombing the ball in is going to play into the Hornets' hands. He's got a boundary throw in here. Just about 60 out from the Panthers' goal. Hodge and Howson are going to go at it. Howson got a handle ball, looking for Templeton. Got the handball back out to Henderson. Henderson to Arnold with the kick. Right foot kick, 1-on-1 right in the middle of the ground. Good effort there. Now they've got a bit of an overlap going. Come out wide to Harker. Harker, a little chip kick inside 50. That works. Cody Stackelberg takes the mark about 48 out from goal.
Just well worked by Aspley. Just short 20 to 25 metre kicks working their way forward, and Cody Stackelberg, as soon as it looked like they had the ball in their possession, he just took off forward and managed to get on the end of it.
And Harker lowered the eyes and hit the leading target. So, Cody Stackelberg lines up. He's given that some height. Right to the goal line. Players go up. Who's there for the Panthers? That little hack kick's not going to work for him. And ends up in the waiting hands of Dane McDonald, who will be lining up from about 45, 43 out from goal on the slightest of angles.
There's a panicky kick there from Cam Lovig, who took it off hands. He just had to roost it out of defence, and Dane McDonald just standing all on his lonesome, thanked him for the gift.
Well, McDonald, they've been pretty square up, these sides, in the first quarter. 1-1-7 apiece, not high scoring. This will be a massive plus for him. Leans back, push to the pocket, and just sneaks it in for a minor score. So 1 point leaders again, 1-2-8 to 1-1-7. 18 minutes played, opening quarter.
So Max Nelson roos it towards half back. McLeod getting a long way up the ground, couldn't take the mark. Ball close to the boundary line. It's paddled out by Zane Pearce, and we'll have a throw in. About 70 metres out from Aspley's goal. It's been an even start to this one. 18.25 minutes play, and Aspley lead by a point.
Dawson comes back on the ground for Aspley.
He's crucial to their defensive setup. Hodge got front position, managed to bring it down, tried to do his own roving, was wrapped up by Templeton. We'll have another ball up.
Well, semi-final QAFL action here.
So Pearce got it down, jetted through the middle. His kick was fisted away by Arnold. Arnold put a handball out into space in front of McDonald. Pearce went in there again. Morningside go forward, and they got some men out. Taking the mark was Cameron Reeves, who gave it to Wason on the flyby. Went inside forward 50. Tracking it back there was Dwyer. Couldn't take the mark. Ball bounces out of play. And we'll have a throw in 25 out from the Panthers' goal.
Well, it almost turned into the perfectly weighted kick there by Cockatoo Collins.
It was Preston Cockatoo Collins jetting through the middle of the ground, in fact. Not Wason.
First time I've seen Cockatoo Collins this season. Very interested to see how he goes this afternoon. Ball gets thrown back in. Waters in the ruck for Morningside. Cockatoo Collins around the mark again. Ball still rolling around. Could be forced out of bounds. Half smothered. Players come together. So it'll be a stoppage. Howson got tackled just before the boundary line. So ball's going to be thrown back in. Thrown up, sorry. Waters with the tap. Morningside looking to clear, but the Hornets do it first. Good 1-2 pick-up. Dodge with the pressure. Now they've got the overlap. Running right through the middle of the ground. Banks Smith looking for a teammate. Overran it. Didn't really know where the ball was going to drop. And it's Nelson coming out from full back. It's a teammate. That was brilliant.
Max Nelson made the split-second decision to leave his man and affect the contest. It was brilliantly done. As Morningside tried to work it around the outer side, and it's thumped out across the line. That was fantastic play by Max Nelson.
He's pulled up, saw the Aspley player hitting that contest, forcing the ball out of bounds.
It was Ryan Banks-Smith who
surprise.
flew into that contest and got up a little worse for wear, but he's to his feet now and looks like he's going to run it off. So Hodge in the ruck up against Howson. Hodge again taking it out of the ruck, kicking towards half forward. Putting his head over it was Arnold, who's wrapped straight up and will have a ball up inside the centre square. It's the Hornets holding a 1-point lead. We're into time on now, first quarter. TPIL Lawyers, QAFL semi-final action. Loser goes home. Hodge knocked it forward. Getting a handball was McDonald. And now good work there from Harker, who beat a man and then got a short kick. And found Banks Smith, who's going to send them into attack. Good pressure there by Morningside. Managed to punch the footy away. Ball at half forward. Well done, Hobley. Got a handball inboard. Now looped over the top close to the boundary line. Ball still in play. Arnold picked it up. Sent it with a long kick inside forward 50. Walbers was down there. He couldn't take the mark. Plenty of pressure. Morningside relieve it. Kick goes towards the boundary line and out of play. I think that'll either be out on the full or insufficient intent.
I think it was insufficient intent. Didn't really look likely to go for a teammate. Just kicked it to space, and Harker's going to take the free kick. Little chip kick, looking for a teammate. That was McDonald once more. Good tackle laid by the Panthers. Holds it up right at half forward for the Hornets. 128 to 117. Just a tick under 22 minutes played opening quarter.
Can't see this quarter going very long. Kane.
Ball gets thrown back in. Walbers trying to get it to the back. Free kick's been paid. It's going to go to Walbers. So here's a chance for the Hornets. Stackelberg lean up from full forward. Unfortunately, Hobley hopped into the hole and cut that off brilliantly.
It's a good mark by Hobley. Content to go short, close to the boundary line. Oh, the kick set a task for Griffiths. He's good enough to take it just inside the paint at left half back. So Griffiths, he's going to look across his defensive goal face. He's got a man on it, it's Cam Lovig. But Lovig takes the mark, goes further afield. They're working it well here. And now they go up the line, kick.
That's out
to Hobley. It went out on the full. So unpressured error, and Aspley go inside forward 50, but the kick had too much on it for Stackelberg. And Nelson took the intercept mark, and he looks long, where he's got a man out on the outer side. They're going to jet away here through Griffiths. Griffiths goes up towards half back. So Aspley, Morningside in fact.
It's Batoli Simmons out there with the ball.
So Batoli Simmons goes to the point of the square at half back and finds Griffiths, the man who kicked in the footy originally. Aspley have done well to hold Morningside up here. Griffiths retreats some territory, goes back to Nelson. Nelson's going to look up the middle of the ground and find Lovig still inside his defensive 50. He chips it into the centre square to Winton. So they've moved it to the edge of their defensive 50. Winton's kick was a shocker off the boot. It went out looking and ended up in the hands of Downey, whose handball was dropped there by Dwyer and taken in a big strong tackle. And Downey's going to be pinged for holding the footy. So good pressure, Aspley. They just worried them out of that one and come up with the free kick.
Well, it wasn't the best of kicks looking for the big fella, and unfortunately it ended up being a 3-on-1. Arnold's with it now. Brown looking for the 1-2. He's going to go back, try and set up the ball here. Bit of space right in front of him. Ends up with Henderson. Henderson's going to go short. Had the right idea. Banks Smith, that's a brilliant smother by Lovig. And now they're away, the Panthers. Where are they going to go? Decide to hold it up. Looks like Batoli Simmons out there. Taking it slow. That Warburton kick ain't going to work. Chips it out, looking for Cockatoo Collins. Comes off hands. They've got the numbers here, the Panthers, but it's the Hornets that come out on top. That slam kick. Look at the house and players come together. Keep an eye on that. Ball rolling at the back. Dodge has got to be clean. Gets pushed off the footy, and the Panthers defend once more. Looking for the 1-2. Pushing across this broadcast side of the ground, and they're going to find Batoli Simmons at half back.
So Batoli Simmons, he had a man short up the line, opts not to use him, takes a couple of bounces, now sweeps the handball over the top to Dads. Dads with some room to work, goes up the line and finds Downey. So they worked it to around 70 from home. Numbers streaming back inside the forward 50. Downey called to play on, just chips it up to around 55 out, and here's Tommy Horn. Horn short kick has found Cockatoo Collins, 50 from home. Cockatoo Collins chips it on. Oh, almost got it over the head of Hodge. He's a big man, so that was a tough task, but Hodge at full stretch manages to reel it in. 35 out directly in front.
Geez, the Panthers haven't been wasting time at all. When they get inside 50, they're more than happy to chip the ball around to get into a better spot. And I don't think Hodge was even expecting that ball.
He wasn't looking at it.
Not at all. And Walbert sat there, put his hands in the air and went, really? I was in the perfect spot here to intercept that ball.
So Brad Hodge to give the Panthers the lead in the shadows of quarter time. On the approach now, strikes it from 40. It's wobbly off the boot. It's fading away to the right-hand side and a minor score. So scores tied again. 8 apiece, 26 minutes played. TPIL Lawyers QAFL semi-final action here at Automore Oval in Aspley.
Well, just quick around the ground. Surfers trailing Labrador 1 behind to 2 behind. So 1 point the margin there. Surfers Paradise the home team on that occasion. Henderson at half back. Handball over the top, looking for Dawson. Good run-down tackle. That's what they want to see, the Panthers. Shaquille McLeod ran 20 metres to track Dawson down there and force the ball out of bounds on the full. Panthers looking to go back into attack.
It was a great chase down. The kick from Dwyer went over the head of Cockatoo Collins. Fighting for it in there was Henderson. He's wrapped up. Umpire will call a stalemate close to the boundary line. 60 from home for the Panthers.
Looks like Perslow playing as a spare behind the footy. No, it's a one-on-one here. So you got Tommy Horn moving to the stoppage.
Hodge won it down. Walbers sees it across the boundary line. We'll have another throw in. Can't be far away from quarter time. Just the 2 goals kicked in this opening stanza. The tackle pressure right up, and a bit of a breeze playing havoc with the field kicking. So throw in. It'll be Walbers and Hodge again. It's been a key ruck battle. Hodge gets front position, wins it down, tapped it straight to Henderson, who went around the corner, high up and under ball, was knocked away from Hill, socked forward by Aspley. Stackelberg comes out, meets the footy, gets a handball inboard to Cody Stackelberg. He can line them up from 45 out. He just chips it over the top, running back with the footy was Chapman, and it's bounced through for a goal. Well, Cody Stackelberg, he tried to do the unselfish thing and set it up to a teammate, and it ended up just dribbling through.
Well, it was a brilliant kick to him. It set him in a perfect spot. Didn't have to break stride. Was in 2 minds. They had a little bit of an overlap going, but in the end, just had enough fuel in the ball to roll over the line. So Aspley, all of a sudden, 2-2-14 to 1-2-8. 28 and a bit minutes played, opening quarter, and game well and truly on here. Crowd building slowly this afternoon. Pretty good day for footy. We had all the rain during most of the season, ladies and gents, and all of a sudden we've been getting blue sky. It is absolutely brilliant. Walbers and Hodge. Walbers with a tap. Horn almost intercepted it. Henderson with the tackle on Griffiths. Ball still comes out somehow. Harker gets tackled as well. Ball gets held up. Stoppage right in front of us here.
So Hodge knocked it forward, charging at the footy Aspley. Long kick towards half forward. Tracking it back with the flow of the footy was Hobley. And ball goes out of play. 55 from home for the Hornets. So they lead 2-2-14. Morningside 1-8. Almost at 30 minutes played for the quarter. I've been saying it for a while now, but Siren can't be far away. Hodge and Walbers to do the ruck work here. Walbers in front. Hodge gets to the front position. It fell short. There's the siren. And at quarter time in the semi-final, Aspley hold a 6-point lead over Morningside. We travelled 29 and 45 seconds in that quarter. We'll take a quick break and be back with all the second quarter action live from Auto.
You need a strong team. At TPIL Lawyers, we rise above the pack. When it comes to your total and permanent disability and compensation claims, choose TPIL, the personal injury lawyers. Kicking goals for Queenslanders since 1983. TPIL Lawyers, proud partner of AFL Queensland.
AFL Nines, it's footy for
best mates looking to be teammates.
cardio fiends after a bit of competition.
Legends of the game, looking at making a comeback.
It's footy for when your week's pretty cooked. Or for fitting it in between classes.
It's footy!
It's footy.
It's footy!
It's footy for me.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to semi-final TPIL QAFL finals action. Coming to you live from the home of the Aspley Hornets, Graham Road. And it's the Aspley Hornets holding a 1-goal lead over the Morningside Panthers, 2-2-14 to 1-2-8. That first quarter was very hard battle indeed. What'd you think of the first quarter?
Thank you, Kane. Yep. Very, very tight, tough first quarter. A lot of tackling pressure from both sides. Aspley leading at quarter time through goals to Cody Stackelberg and also to Nick Dodge, who had a fantastic goal from deep in the pocket. Just the one goal for Morningside, that one through Shaq McLeod. Another great finish from a tight angle on the set shot. So both teams just felt like they were one of those heavyweight title fights of just feeling each other out in the early stages. No one willing to take too much risk going forward, but I feel like we might see the game open up a little bit in this second quarter. It's got a bit of a stiff breeze blowing left to right, so basically towards our commentary position, which has played a little bit of havoc with the field kicking, but I reckon we're in for a fantastic second quarter between the Hornets and the Panthers. The Premiers 4 out of the last 5 seasons. To take it away, Kane Browning.
Thank you, Jack. Jack Fulham joining me as Hodge and Walbers go at it again. Crawley lays a pretty solid tackle. Batoli Simmons ends up tackling him instead. Another stoppage. So ball gets thrown back up straight away. Hodge got to the front, got the hand on the ball. Who's there for the Hornets, though? They're going to get the clearance out of the front of the stoppage. Here's a chance. Kick to the pocket. Who's there? Unfortunately, it's all Panthers. And it's going to go to Taylor Wasson, who's had a pretty good opening stages to the game.
Yeah, he has taken a few intercept marks as they go into the defensive goal square and find Max Nelson. So Nelson with limited options here. I think he's going to have to blaze away and kick it along. Call to play on now. He had Dodge coming at him, kept his composure and just chipped it short into the pocket. And found Hobley. So Hobley plays on, goes long towards half back, and that's a good mark taken there by Batoli Simmons. So they've moved it to right half back. Batoli Simmons plays on, sends it up towards half forward. Big contest there. Waters. And free kick is going to go the way of Aspley. And Kane, by your reaction, might not have been there.
Well, no, you could see what Waters was planning on doing. He wanted to impact the contest, and the ball did get over the back. He got what he wanted. Unfortunately, he was just a bit overzealous and gave away the free kick. Ball ends up in the hands of Arnold now. Arnold to Crawley. Crawley looking to get off the handball. Arnold ends up with it again, steps back on the outside. Handball's out to Hayden. They're using the handball to Brown. Brown could use Arnold again, decides to kick to half forward. Actually, a bit further than that. Perslow playing in front. Could have been paid the mark. Play on to the umpire. Handball out to Harker, to Templeton. Gets on the left. Unfortunately, he's way offline. Just snuck it in for a minor score on the left-hand side there. And the Panthers get away with one.
So 2-2-14 plays 1-2-8. Panthers, the left half back. It's a good kick. It ends up in the hands of Cameron Reeves, who played on. Looped a handball over the top to Tom Griffiths. Streaming down the wing. Griffiths goes long. He's got a man out. McLeod, he can fly for the footy. Backing back into traffic. The Aspley player, that was brave. No free kick paid. And Aspley are going to come away with it. Marching across from half back was Dawson, who kicked it long. Switching across the ground where the big ruckman found some space. Walbers took the mark. Walbers is going to go short up the line. That's a poor kick. It's been picked off by Batoli Simmons. 55 from home. Wants to move it quickly here. Call to play on now. Arcs around from 55. He's going to go long. Top of the goal square. McLeod getting back. Dealt with his man. Took the footy. Couldn't keep it in play. Minor score.
I don't know how that wasn't a free kick to Dawson down there. McLeod really didn't have eyes on the footy. Just knocked him on his backside.
A big old shove.
But probably calmer in the end. He missed the pickup and missed the goal. So it's Brown in between that far side back pocket and half back. Little chip kick. Couldn't find a teammate. He actually hit the one Panther who was waiting there. Now they're trying to come back through the corridor, come out this broadcast side. That's a pretty good kick. Mark Page And it's Keegan Downey again, who had a pretty interesting first quarter. Took a couple of marks. He's had a pretty good start here, big Keegan Downey.
He has. So when he kicks this a goal, he's going to have to start it between the goal post and the behind post on the right-hand side, and hopefully it works its way back.
Well, he's a prodigious kick of the footy. I don't think the distance is going to worry him. He decides to just chip kick short. That got half smothered by Crowley. Two Panthers, Waters and Dads, took each other out. And the Aspley Hornets come out of trouble once more. Look out, this ball's going to get cut off by Nelson. Nelson back into the corridor. That is a ridiculously good kick to Griffiths. Griffith to half forward. Found a teammate. Kicks a little bit shorter over the head of a teammate. Unfortunately, Dawson playing the roving roll straight through the legs.
Got nutmegged.
Rolls over the boundary line. Boundary throw in right forward pocket.
How about that kick from Max Nelson? 45 metres, risky kick into the middle of the ground, because if that comes unstuck, it's a pretty short route home for the Hornets. The ball in, 25 metres out for Morningside. Walbers is going to take it out of the ruck, or just tapped it down at his feet. Here's Cockatoo Collins, gathered, had a flying shot, raised, kicked it from nowhere. Preston Cockatoo Collins with the crumb. The roving effort, put it on the boot and snuck it through from right on the boundary line. That is a goal of the day contender from Preston Cockatoo Collins. He's first. And scores are tied again here at Auto Mall Oval in Aspley. 2-3-15 the Hornets, 2-3-15 the Panthers. 5.25 minutes played. What a finish. And you know what? He's going to...
No, that's Shaquille McLeod coming off for a spell. But I tell you what, hey, you started with Shea. And now you have Preston. You had Shea Cockatoo Collins back in the day, kicking goals like that. Now Preston's jumped on the bandwagon. But the surname stays the same. Cockatoo Collins. That's a ridiculous kick from where he was.
Piece of magic. And just the gather and the pickup too was just so athletic.
Oh.
What a highlight we've had. Hodge and Walbers again. Walbers won it down. Well, Harker left the footy behind. It gets put inside 50.
Pushing
and it's going to be a downfield free kick, because who was it? I think it was Leahy who got driven into the ground after he kicked it, and the free kick is going to go the way of Josh Chapman.
Bennett's didn't miss him in the middle of the ground, that's for sure. Made him earn every part of that.
Ridden right into the ground. Have to go and check the divot at half-time, Kane. So Josh Chapman from around 49, 48 metres out. He crosses the arc. He gives it a good ride. It's away to the left-hand side. It's not going to make the distance. Ball kept in play. Nelson tracking it there, who had Leahy for company. And we're going to have a ball up because those two have fought to a stalemate. Ball up 20 metres from home. Hornets into attack.
It's a great thing. Connor Stackelberg was just seen off the back of that pack. Ball's still rolling around. It's going to be the Panthers first. Just hacks it out of there. They've got to make a contest here. Arnold dropped the mark. He probably should take him, but still did pretty well against Griffiths. Keeping it in brilliantly. Kick chips to the pocket. That is insanely good. Players get absolutely poleaxed. Nelson came from nowhere.
Nelson was charging up at the man who took the mark, who was Dodge, and at the last second realised he wasn't going to get there in time and just turned his body to try and protect himself. But he's cannon into Dodge. And Dodge is quite rightly going to get the 50-metre penalty and kick this one from the goal line. But Max Nelson, that was a heavy collision.
Oh,
a lot of feeling in this one.
You had to go, but, geez, he did pretty well there, Dodge, to hold his position. Got the free kick, well deserved, and kicks his second of the day, and all of a sudden Hornets got the lead back by a kick to, that should be 3-3-21 as it ticks over now to 2-3-15. 8 minutes played, second quarter. QAFL semi-final, do or die action coming to you live from Graham Road. And it's a pretty good start again by the Hornets. And Morningside, well, the margin hasn't been any more than probably 6 points.
Yeah, it's been tight across the board, and Morningside have shown a lot of physicality in the opening stages of this second quarter. The ridden into the back free kick here. The big collision between Dodge and Nelson in the forward pocket. Players flying in for the footy.
Bennett and Leahy just having a nice little chuckle to each other after the free kick was paid.
So Hodge won it down. He got the tap down. Bennett's left it behind. Still going in there, Bennett. And now we're going to have a stoppage in the middle of the ground. Morningside side of centre. Walbers just got rid of Hodge and then tapped it down. Bennett did well to gather, put it on his boot, sent it inside forward 50. Cameron Reeves had front position. It bounced past him, working in the pocket there. Waters tried to drag it in. Aspley got some numbers back. Sharking the footy there was Tanks, who picked it up, got a handball out. Shot on goal. Morningside have kicked it. Brilliant play, and it was
Keegan
Downey with the finish. But that was great work from Oscar Tanks. Managed to gather the footy, beat a tackle, feed it out to Keegan Downey, who finished with the right.
Well, Tanks with the perfect pick-up, the perfect blind turn, and the perfect handball to Downey, who got the ball on boot quickly, and all of a sudden, Morningside's gone bang and hit straight back. This is what we've been talking about all afternoon, ladies and gents. Just been goal for goal, back and forth, 3-3-21 apiece once again. Tick under 10 minutes played, second quarter. TPIL QAFL live, semi-final action, do or die. Loser goes home, winner continues to play finals in season 2025. It's back in the middle now. And of course, it's the big fellas in Walbers and Hodge. That could have been recalled. Walbers looking to rove. Hayden's at the bottom of the pack. Ball comes out. Two-man tackle. Walbers is around that mark again. Leahy laying the tackle on Hodge. Nothing worse when a small player tackles a big player and then realises who he tackled and go, oh, I could be in trouble. Leahy with another tackle. Bennett just gets the ball on boot once again to about 38. Dawson one-on-one. That could have been a free kick, surely. No, said the umpire. Play on. They're going to come out of trouble from deep in defence. It's a one-on-one here. Good battle between both teams. Purslow with the juggle attempt to clear the footy. Another stoppage. Just left of screen on the far side wing. Bit of a crowd building on that outer side. Hodge and Walbers again. No clear winner. Templeton's around the mark for the Hornets. Back to Bennett again. Bennett's kicked the ball 3 times in 30 seconds. Good contested mark there by Cooper Hodge. And he's had a really good start to this game.
He has. How good has Bennett's been?
Oh, look at the kick.
Absolute dagger found Darcy Cameron Reeves straight on the chest. That was brilliant. Now, Tom Bennett's in this second quarter, he's just gone crazy. I reckon he's had 4 or 5 clearances and just trying to swing the game Morningside's way.
You talk about ball use inside, kicking inside 50. That's the ball use you want. And Darcy Cameron Reeves did not have to move. Leans back, right foot. It's there. They've hit back with another one. So they've got the lead. Margins back out to 6 points in front of the visitors. 4-3-27 leading the Hornets. 3-3-21. 12 minutes played, second quarter. Jeez, this is setting up for an absolutely epic afternoon of semi-final footy, ladies and gents. Game on.
So Morningside have got the game back on their terms. They're moving it fast and kicking it long. So Aspley, it's their turn to respond. They trail by 6 points. 12 and a half minutes played. Beautiful conditions at Auto Mall Oval in Aspley. Ground looks in fantastic nick. Hodge to go up against Howson, who's into the ruck with Walbers off the ground. Perfect bounce in the middle. Hodge got up there, won the hit out. Batoli Simmons working against Templeton. And we're going to have another ball up as players come in.
Just a quick around the ground. Surfers leading Labrador 2-4-16 to 1-3-9.
Morningside into attack. Ball bouncing just inside forward 50. Hodge went up to go and get it. Couldn't. Handball was fed back. Great finish from the edge of 50. I think that's Keegan Downey again. Slung it onto the left boot.
No, it's Tommy Horn.
Tommy Horn, in fact. Great finish. from the edge of 50. And they've kicked 3 in a row, Morningside. 5-3-33. Aspley, 3-3-21. 12-point margin. 13 and 3/4 minutes played. TPIL Lawyers semi-final action.
It's just about getting the ball forward at every opportunity, isn't it, at the moment? They've had a number of clearances in this second quarter. Morningside, they're winning the centre battle and just forcing the ball forwards, and there's plenty of talent in that forward 50 for Morningside, and they've kicked 3 goals in a row, like you said. Ball back in the middle. Howson and Hodge. Howson, the smaller man, got the tap on that occasion, but Bennett's looking to try and clear the ball again. Stackelberg, now they've got a bit of room to move. Chip kick to Stackelberg. Stackelberg, who's down at full forward? Dodger's down there for the Hornets, but Stackelberg looks like he's pretty keen to have a shot on goal here. No. Chips to the pocket, and that's not great defending by Griffiths. The spare man down there.
Cody Stackelberg.
Cody Stackelberg. Well, he kicked a goal in the first quarter, Cody. His brother's kicked a ton this season. 86 goals for Connor. Cody's had plenty of the footy in season 2025. He's the number 2 tackler this season. Cody Stackelberg lines up. Just pushes it across the face. Minor score. So just having a looking down at some stats here. Cody Stackelberg, 120 tackles for the season this year. Absolutely dominant in that space as Waters takes a mark at half back.
So Waters wheels around now to centre wing. A couple of Aspley players get back. McLeod managed to come up with it. His handball was cut off.
Tommy Horn, brilliant.
Here's Dads again. Dads goes inboard to Tommy Horn. Long kick inside forward 50. They've got a man out. And a mark's been taken. No. And I think it's Keegan Downey who's taken the mark.
And he
looks like he's done his hamstring.
He instantly grabbed at that left, the left hamstring. He instantly grabbed it.
Very sore getting up. Will he be able to take his kick? He wants to go back and take it. He looks in a little bit of trouble.
It might have been a bit of a... Hopefully it's just cramp because he hit the ground pretty hard and sort of just overstretched that left leg.
So Downey to extend the lead out to 17 points. He ambles in. Makes okay contact with it, puts it through. Keegan Downey gets his second. Margin out to 17 points. Alarm bells ringing in the Aspley coach's box.
Well,
6-3-39. Aspley 3-4-22. 16 and a half minutes played on TPIL Lawyers QAFL semi-final football.
Well, I tell you what, they've just about kicked, the last 4 goals straight.
That's correct.
It was goal for goal. All of a sudden they went bang, 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 bang. And a bit of the story of the tape, a little bit similar to last week in the second quarter against the minor premier. They kicked 8 goals to 1 behind in the second quarter, Palm Beach against Aspley.
So Downey looks like he's staying on. He's heading straight to the goal square, trying to stretch out that hammy. So
that'd be a major loss if he's done some damage there. But
and haven't they been hit by the injury stick this year, Morningside?
For reigning premier, they've done it the hard way, the Panthers. They're back in the middle now. Hodge and Walbers go at it again. Bennett's has been huge in the second quarter. Couldn't get his hands on it that time. Lays a good tackle, though. Still debating here. Cody Stackelberg looking for McDonald. McDonald chips it to Templeton, but Batoli Simmons is around the mark. Good effort by him. Ball might have been dragged in. What's the umpire going to say here? Watching it. Ball gets chipped out. Tommy Horn just... little toe poke over the boundary line. Boundary throw in. Yeah, it was 8 goals to 1 behind in the second quarter last week. Aspley just couldn't wrestle momentum off Palm Beach in that second quarter. And it seems to be a similar situation here.
Well, not the first team to struggle matched up against Palm Beach Currumbin this year as Walbers tried to take it out of the ruck. It's paddled forward by Cody Stackelberg. Players working in a phone box over there. Ball comes forward through Leahy. And now Morningside through Griffiths, who's got space to work. High ball inside forward 50. Cameron Reeves set himself for a fly at the foot. He couldn't mark. Went back and got it at ground level. Had a Hornet for company, and the ball's wrapped up. We'll have a ball up, 35 out.
But that's what you got to do against Liam Dawson. He's going to sit in that hole all afternoon. You can't just let him take an intercept mark and play on his terms. Great work there by the Panthers.
So ball comes out of the ruck. There was Chapman. Chapman with the handball. Too hot to handle. And ball goes out of play. Went looking for Ryan Banks-Smith. Just out of his reach. And we'll have a throw in. About 60 from home for the Panthers. And a few players coming up to get stuck into Leighton Brown, whose handball that was. So we'll have a throw in. Morningside have been dangerous in this second quarter. Been able to move the footy forward rapidly. Walbers won the hit out. Here's Banks-Smith close to the boundary line. The ball goes out of play again. We'll have another throw in.
Chapman lined up on the very dangerous Tristan Hobley. He's had a massive year this season. Jack Rolls, unfortunately, has been out of this Panthers side. He's got a bit of a calf issue. So he's going to have a ton of work to do this afternoon, Hobley, with not a lot of support in there. Ball get rolled towards Lovig and Banks-Smith. That's another juicy matchup. Harker gets the ball on boot. Bodies came together, gets punched towards the boundary line. Out of bounds once again.
A big collision between Wainsom and Harker. Harker got straight to his feet.
He's a big boy, Harker, for a midfield.
Look at him, tough as woodpecker lips. So
he looks like an absolute cannon.
Wouldn't want to run into him. Laid out on a Saturday night in a dark alley. Walbers just fisted it forward. Went over the head of Templeton. Here's Harker, just socket it forward. Can he gather? He does from 45. Puts it on the boot, goes top of the goal square. It's fading across. Tracking it back there was Winton close to the boundary line. He got it inboard to Lovig. They're going to get out of danger here. Lovig puts it on the boot towards centre wing. Cockatoo Collins, the only Panther out there. Ball close to the boundary line. That's going to be done for insufficient intent. And the Aspley fans on the far side are big fans of that one. So they come in board to Leighton Brown. Brown chips it forward. They're at half forward now. Here's Banks-Smith. Wants to run around and kick it along inside forward 50. They've got a man out on the lead. It was dropped. Nelson got the sloppy seconds and then pumped this one long out of danger. Cockatoo Collins there. Couldn't take the mark. Brown again. Handballs
Look
it
out.
forward. Oh, big collision between Templeton. Templeton gets it back. Goes long inside forward 50. Back there is Hill, who's taken the mark inside the goal square. Raymond Hill.
How good was Templeton there? The 1-2, he got absolutely poleaxed.
And Hill just turns around and slots it. So Aspley get one back. 4-4-28. Morningside 6-3-39. The margin back to 11 points. 21 and a half minutes played. Second quarter on TPIL. QAFL semi-final football.
Well, in the last 2 minutes, you've had guys like Dodge, you've had guys like Harker, and you've had guys like Templeton just take a couple of steps forward, go, we're not going to put up with this, putting their bodies on the line. That's prime example for your teammates. This is semi-final action. Templeton got hit twice, still ended up with a footy, and found a man in the goal square. Great work by the Aspley midfield on that occasion. They've hit back. The last couple of goals, margin, still 11 points. Back in the middle. Hodge and Walbers. Walbers with the tap. Harker again looking to clear the ball. Got tackled. Got the ball on boot somehow. Just dribbles it inside attacking 50. Looking for Howson. Good tackle there by the Hornets. He's got to get rid of it. He's gone.
Our great forward pressure.
Great work by Chapman. Chapman now, right on 50, not quite sure what to do. Walbers and Hodge playing push and shove. Chapman was lining up on Hobley, trying to tag him. Dawson streaming past looking for the handball. But Chapman, he's going to kick from about 48 out. On the right. Pushes it left. It stays left. Pushing towards the boundary line. Gets thumped over.
You can always tell how confident your teammates are in your ability to kick the distance, judging by the amount of blokes that run past trying to get a handball. There are about 5 blokes that all lined up to try and get a handball off him. Well done by Morningside to shut them all down. We'll have a ball in 20 metres out from the Hornets' goal.
You don't see Liam Dawson too much running from centre half back trying to get a handball out.
So Walbers and Hodge Walbers won it down. Coming out there was Brown, who got it back to Walbers. Walbers gathered, got it back to Harker, who had a shot on goal with the right and kicked it. Cohen Harker with the clinical finish. And Aspley closed to within 5 points. 5-4-34, Morningside 6-3-39. 24 minutes played. We said they needed a response, and we've got it.
Well, I tell you what, Cohen Harker, take your hat off. He's been absolutely brilliant in the second part of the second quarter, trying to will his team back into the game. They've closed the margin again to 5 points. 24 minutes played, but it's all been Cohen Harker in the second quarter. He's been ridiculously good.
That was a fantastic finish. Geez, we've seen some goals this afternoon, haven't we, Kane?
You got Cockadoo Collins, you got Walbers, Harker on that occasion.
Nick Dodge's first goal
Nick
from
Dodge
down there in the pocket. Shaq McLeod's set shot from right up against the boundary line was good. Plenty of skill on display in the TPIL QAFL semi-final football. Walbers won it out of the middle. Batoli Simmons sharked it. Here's Harker again, working it forward. That could have been a throw, not paid. Hayden put it on the boot towards half forward. Lovig overran it. Big contest there. Lovig got his head taken off. No free kick forthcoming. They're flying in here. Chapman came up with it. He's wrapped up. We'll have a ball up. Let's all just take a breath.
He got very lucky, Lovig. He just got clipped in the side of the head with a hip. So, got very lucky. Walbers just takes it out of the ruck. Who's here? Dodge trying to get to the contest. Ball rolling around. They can't panic here, the Panthers. They found a teammate in Cameron Reeves. Gets instantly claimed. Lay gets poleaxed. Batoli Simmons doesn't panic. Little chip kick up and under. Dawson trying to get there and does in front of Dads. Had to bring the ball to the ground, Dads, on that occasion. Dawson straight up the middle of the ground. Guess who? Cohen Harker. Kicks to the pocket, all on his own. Stackelberg.
Wow.
Geez, the Panthers had so many numbers around the contest, didn't realise there was no one defending inside a defensive 50. And Cohen Harker, great vision. Stackelberg all on his own left forward pocket.
And in the space of around 5 minutes, they have just turned this game on its head. And Connor Stackelberg with the chance to take the lead.
As Chapman comes off, a little bit sore. Templeton back on. Stackelberg now. Kicks true. And would you believe that's his first of the afternoon? That's goal 87 for the year. Watch this space. Watch the clock tick down. The goal clock, that is, for Connor Stackelberg. Can he get to triple figures? You got Matty Hamilton for Redland Victoria Point. He needs 3 goals next week to kick the ton. So don't miss any of the TPIL QAFL finals action here. Plenty up for grabs. And this has turned into one of the best contests I've seen all season long. And surprise, surprise, it's in the semi-final.
So Walbers and Hodge again in the shadows of half-time. We've played 27 minutes. Walbers won it forward. Griffiths in there. Had Crawley for company. Ball pinballing around. Templeton left it behind. And now Morningside go forward. Cooper Hodge had it knocked away from him. Recovered well, got a handball off to Pearce. Inside forward 50 over the head of Cameron Reeves. And we'll have a throw in. 45 from home for the Panthers. And not too long to go in this quarter. Keegan Downey has stayed out there. We thought he was in trouble with the hamstring injury, but looks to be moving it close to full enough fitness.
Looks like Banks Smith has now got the job on Hobley.
So ball back in. Short throw in. Was won there by Lay. Tried to go around the corner. Coming up with it was Batoli Simmons, who sent it long, had a shot on goal, but it was always off target and it goes out on the full. So a let off for Aspley. They'll bring it in from about 10 metres out. And just look long towards halfback. It was a shocking kick off the boot, and Batoli Simmons again has come up with it. So Batoli Simmons, 55 from home, just chips it inside the forward 50. Good kick and found Oscar Tanks. 48 from home. It will take the young man's best kick and a half. but he's got a chance to put his side back in front on the stroke of half-time.
And the Aspley Hornets defence instantly realised they made a mistake, and Tanks just ran into the only space available.
Tanks wasting no time. Predictably, goes towards the hot spot. One-on-one contest, getting up there. McLeod tried to rove the football. Coming the other way was Cody Stackelberg. Got it back to Walbers, who just put it on the boot. It was a shocking kick, and it's ended up in the waiting arms of Zane Pearce. And Pearce from 40 metres out directly in front can go back and take his shot at goal.
See, again, you just can't panic when you're coming out of trouble, can you? These hack kicks out generally don't work at this level. And these two sides are way too good to pass up those opportunities to get the ball back on the scoreboard.
So Zane Pearce makes good contact with it. Loved it off the boot. And his teammates get right around him. Morningside back in front. 7-3-45. Aspley 6-4-40. We're almost at 30 minutes played, second quarter. A 5-point lead for the Panthers.
Well, how many score changes have we had already in this contest?
Oh, it's been a few.
It's been ridiculous.
You might have to count them at half-time.
It'd have to be double figures, I reckon, at this point. 6 points the margin was really the highest the margin got to in that first quarter. And all of a sudden, Morningside kicked 4 in a row.
And Morningside will be proud of the production they're getting out of some of these youngsters. Oscar Tanks before, Cooper Hodges had some good moments, and Zane Pearce there kicking the goal. They've found a couple, and they've had to because they've just been so cursed by injury this season, but they're still fighting the Panthers.
Hodge got the tap out. Here's Bennett again. He's had a brilliant second quarter. Hacks the ball back inside 50. Playing in front. Keegan Downey made the contest. But that was brilliant on the last line. And that was Dawson once more. Dawson kicks the ball long. Players come together. It's a 2-on-2. Panthers went out. Steps back in board. That's a ridiculous kick. There's a ridiculous kick to Cameron Reeves. He's had 2 of those now where he hasn't had to move and he's been hit lace out on the chest. And he lines up from about, 38, 40 metres out directly in front.
That was a beautiful kick. It was Ryan Cole.
Cameron Reeves got the ball to Nelson. It's going to be a kick down the ground.
Oh, that is very unlucky. It's a downfield free kick. I thought he was hit simultaneously with the footy hitting his boot. Umpire saw it otherwise. That's very fortuitous for Morningside.
Now they've gone down the ground and said, well, okay, you can take the free kick, but you're going to take it right on the boundary line, right next to the fence, and it's Dad's lying up in the left forward pocket. Geez, that's a bit harsh as well. I would have thought he'd be lying up on a bit of a better angle. Dad's kicks it straight across the face of goal and ends up out on the fall on the right forward pocket from Morningside. And, geez, that's a calamity of errors on that occasion.
You would say the footy gods have acted there.
That's karma, isn't it, in the end?
So Aspley will go long towards half-back, outer side. Walbers set himself in front there, taking a good mark was Hayden.
He's had a pretty good day this afternoon, Hayden, in the first half.
So Hayden looks long, goes long towards centre wing. Big fly there in front by Howson. And he's going to be paid the mark, Howson. Had enough of it, wants to play on quickly, had a sweeper out wide. Forced to come back in board. That was Henderson. Henderson's long ball will drop inside forward 50. Big pack of players. Banks Smith couldn't take the mark. Followed up at ground level. Got it back to Cody Stackelberg. Stackelberg to Banks Smith. Hacked it on the boot inside forward 50. Coming the other way was Nelson. Did well. Got it to Cockatoo Collins. And Morningside will just take a breath and they can run out some clock here. Cockatoo Collins has Cameron Reeves out at half back. Now goes further afield to Lovig, still inside the defensive 50. They've got no one up the line here, Morningside. Cameron Reeves has found a little bit of space. This will be the last chip kick they'll be able to pick off. They've got to go long here. Cameron Reeves puts it on his boot towards centre wing. Big pack of plays. Downey was up there 3 deep. Cockatoo Collins got the crumb. Big collision there. No free kick paid. Hayden came up with it. Long kick towards half forwards, gone out on the full. And Cameron Reeves will take the free kick for Morningside. So the Panthers holding a 5-point lead. We've travelled 33.5 minutes second quarter. It's been a beauty after a low-scoring stalemate of a first quarter.
Geez, Cockatoo Collins almost got his head ripped off in that collision.
I love the way he's attacked the footy, though. There's the siren at half-time in the semi-final. Live from Auto Mall Oval in Aspley. It is the Morningside Panthers, the defending premiers. 7-3-45, leading the Aspley Hornets 6-4-40. We travelled almost 34 minutes in that second quarter. We'll take a quick break and be back on the other side of half-time for a big second half. Don't go anywhere on TPIL Lawyers QAFL Match of the Day.
You need a strong team. At TPIL Lawyers, we rise above the pack. When it comes to your total and permanent disability and compensation claims, choose TPIL, the personal injury lawyers. Kicking goals for Queenslanders since 1983. TPIL Lawyers, proud partner of AFL Queensland.
AFL 9s, it's footy for
Best mates looking to be teammates.
cardio fiends after a bit of competition.
Legends of the game. Looking at making a comeback.
It's footy for when your week's pretty cooked. Or for fitting it in between classes.
It's footy!
It's footy.
It's footy.
It's footy for me.
Falling from the forward pocket's always tough.
Oh, mate. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to semi-final TPIL QAFL final series for 2025. And isn't this one turned into an absolute doozy between the Aspley Hornets and the Morningside Panthers? 5 points the margin in favour of the Panthers at the moment. 6-4-40 to 7-3-45. But I tell you what, considering the first quarter, we had 3 goals kicked between the two sides, and that second quarter was absolutely scintillating football. 10 goals kicked between the two sides going into half-time. My name's Kenny Brand. Still joining me is the great man, Jack Foreman. Jack, what a juicy second quarter that was.
It was end-to-end football. Morningside got out by 17 points. They kicked 4 goals in a row to really just turn the game on its head. And then Aspley in the second half of that quarter working their way back before a late goal to Zane Pearce close to the siren made it a 5-point lead to the Panthers at half-time. Let's go around the grounds because there is another semi-final underway. Down on the Gold Coast, the local rival Surfers Paradise and Labrador matching up for the right to face Palm Beach Currumbin in a prelim final next week. And Surfers, at half-time, lead by 16 points. They are 6-5-41, Labrador 3-7-25 in a game that was pretty neck and neck up until the last moments of that second quarter down there at Surfers Paradise, kicking away just before the half-time siren. In this one, Morningside, a 5-point lead. There's just been plenty of winners from both sides. Let's start with Aspley because there's a man that you were talking, raving about at half-time. It's Cohen Harker, the bloke who, covered in the tats, he was tough as in that second quarter, was involved in some big collisions. And then when Aspley got their way back into the game, he was at the forefront, winning centre clearances, kicking a goal. He was everywhere.
Well, I mean, I tell you what, I did mention it in that second quarter. He went from pretty much a full-time tagger, trying to shut down the best midfielders in the competition. The likes of Toy retired a couple of years ago. He got the mantle as well. You're going to be a number one midfielder. And hasn't he blossomed as a midfielder, ladies and gents? He has dominated the competition. He's been brilliant in that second quarter. The main question for me, we were just starting to discuss it, who do you play on him? The midfield depth for Morningside isn't that great with the amount of injuries they've got. Bennett's has been good for Morningside in that second quarter. He had probably half a dozen clearances.
He was
setting up that first part of the second quarter, trying to get a bit of breathing space on the scoreboard for the Panthers. But then the likes of Harker and Leahy as well for the Hornets got them back into the game going into half-time. Harker's the one for me. You've got to either restrict him or try and shut him down. But who do you sacrifice in that midfield group to play on him and try and shut the gun midfielder in this game down?
So we're just about to get underway for the third quarter of action. The Premiership quarter. Loser goes home. Winner goes through to a prelim final against Redland Victoria Point. It'll be the Hornets kicking to the left of your screen, Morningside to the right. Well, players making their way to their positions.
Well, Jack, I tell you what, if Aspley get up this afternoon, it sets up a ridiculously good contest between those two. Last year, it was a prelim final that got decided basically on the final siren with a 60-metre bomb, kicked a goal, and the Sharks got into a grand final last year on the back of that. So can they get back to another prelim final against the Sharks? But the action's back on here. Morningside and Aspley, Hodge and Walbers. Hodge got the tap out, but it ends up in the hands of a Hornet. Instantly gets claimed. Stoppage right in the middle of the ground. Still a pretty beautiful day. It's gone a bit cooler at halftime. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit. Horn was trying to get the ball out. Leahy, who we talked about at halftime, got that clearance. Gets it over the back. The Panthers got to be clean here. Hornets pouncing on. Stackelberg gets the left foot snap just offline. Batoli Simmons with the tackle. So it's going to be Nelson. He's a prodigious kick of the ball. He can hit you laced out from 65 metres away. Is he going to do it here? Look at that for a kick. That is ridiculous. Yeah. Well done.
It was a beautiful kick. He found Dads. out on the far side of the ground. So Dad's called to move it on now. He's going to kick this one long down the line. Getting there was Cameron Reeves, suggesting he was pushed out of it. And there's a stalemate at ground level, so we'll have the ball up. Panthers side of halfway, outer side wing.
Tarleton's been pretty good as a key defender in the back line. He's lining up on
Hodge and Walbers.
Cameron Reeves.
Horn trying to work in there. Hodge just fell on top of the footy with Walbers for company, and we'll have another ball up. It has been a good ruck battle between the two big men. Two of the prime ruckmen in the QAFL competition. Hodge won it on this occasion. Bertoli Simmons working in there. Here's Harker putting his head over the footy. Was tapped away by Pearce. And now ball comes back to Henderson. High up and under ball. It's going to go out on the full. So Lovig will take the free kick on the far side of the ground for Morningside.
Lovig looks like he's got the matchup on Bank Smith. Bank Smith had a very, very quiet first half. He was very quiet last week against Palm Beach as well. A former Grogan medal winner. He's got to get into this contest. Another ridiculously good kick into the corridor. Bertoli Simmons finds Hodge out wide. Griffiths is running off. Goes back now. Not a lot to go to. Shaquille McLeod making the lead. Decides to kick in board. Not the best of kicks, but all of a sudden pops up with a mark.
That's a ripper mark.
Really had no right to mark that Bertoli Simmons.
The ball was just tailing away from him. It was almost like a slips catch. Had to react quickly.
Like a cork in the ocean, surrounded by hornets.
Clean set of hands. Hayden Bertoli Simmons, who's had plenty of the football. This is his first shot at goal.
Well, he might be a little bit far out to score here. He's looking for a short lead. He's decided to go back now. Launches. Just offline. It's gone left of screen every single time going to that end. Liam Dawson with a worm burner. Found a teammate. Back to Arnold. Straight through the corridor. Straight up the middle. Who's there? 2-on-1. Great effort. Good mark by Wasson. He's been pretty good this afternoon. Play continues. Not the best of kicks. Got to be clean. Good tackle there on Hayden. Ball gets held up. Tommy Horn's been a bit quiet as well. He's had his moments this afternoon. Best on ground in the grand final last year. Walbers and Hodge bail it out once again. Bertoli Simmons just seen off the back of the pack. Boundary throw in.
So ball outer side of Auto Mall Oval here in Aspley. We've had fantastic conditions. Hodge and Walbers to do battle again.
Geez, that's not a good matchup with Brown matching up on McLeod at centre forward.
So socket forward. Pearce close to the boundary line. Aspley appealing for the insufficient intent. It won't be given. And we'll have another throw in. So who can get this critical first goal of the second half? We've played 4.5 minutes. Third quarter, Morningside 7-4-46, Aspley 6-5-41. 5-point lead just as it was at half time. Ball back into play. Walber's got it down. Here's Harker. Had it knocked away from him. Hodge tackled by Harker, and we'll have another ball up.
Even numbers forward of the footy for Morningside. So it's all one-on-one contest at the moment.
Here's Hodge. Got it down. Big pack of players around it. Harker there again, and another stalemate. So this is reminiscent of the first quarter, which was low scoring and a tight stalemate. Ball up again. Can someone work it free? Hodge tapped it forward. Walbers couldn't pick it up. Bertoli Simmons tried to get it on the boot. Here's Harker. Got a clean handball out to Crawley. Crawley goes long inside forward 50. Wason takes another intercept mark. Worked his way off Dodge. Did it well, Wason. He's been critical back there for the Panthers. Risky kick, but it found Bertoli Simmons. Claiming the touch was Raymond Hill. The umpire wasn't going to be fooled. Wason came back with a running kick up towards centre wing. It was poor, and it's been cut off there by Chapman. So I'll go back inside forward 50. Hill, in fact. Towards half forward. It's a good kick. They found a mark out close to the boundary line. It's Henderson. Henderson backs off the mark, goes inside forward 50, finds Connor Stackelberg on a searing lead straight up the guts. Came right at the kicker, Stackelberg, and marked around 40 metres out.
Geez, the inside 50s for both sides have been ridiculously good for semi-final footy. Every time both sides have gone in, they've been able to find a target on the lead, and Stackelberg line up for goal number 2.
He's kicked plenty of goals from this position at Auto Mall Oval. Connor Stackelberg. Very slow and methodical approach to the goals. Makes good contact with it. This one's coming back. He's got it. Aspley get the first goal of the second half. Connor Stackelberg gets his second on the day. And they've hit the front, Aspley. 7-5-47, Morningside 7-4-46. 1 point margin, 6.5 minutes played, third quarter. TPIL Lawyers QAFL semi-final.
Well, I tell you what, you know, that's goal number 88 for the season for Connor Stackelberg. Getting closer and closer to triple figures. Surfers have still got a pretty good lead in the other game against Labrador. The Gold Coast Derby down there, that place will be absolutely pumping this afternoon. But the action's on here, 7-5-47 to 7-4-46. 1 point the margin in favour of the home side. 7 and a bit minutes played, back in the middle. Hodge and Walbers. Geez, no love lost between these two ruckmen. Arguably the two best ruckmen in the competition. Hodge got the tap. Good work there by Bennett. Looking for Batoli Simmons, who got the clearance. Kick to half forward. Brown gets over the top. Dawson's around the mark as well. Who's there? Cameron Reeves. Chip kick, unfortunately, out of bounds on the fall. Pardon me.
We're going to have a throw in, I believe, because it was touched off the boot.
Touched off the boot, okay.
So Morningside into attack. Around 55 from home.
Look how open. They're all on this broadcast side here. Aspley setting up.
So Walbers gets front position, wins it down. Went in the Templeton direction. Twisting and turning. Templeton's handball set a task for Brown. He was mown down. Walbers got it, just put it on the boot. Coming in to meet it there was Purslow, twisting through traffic. Now Hobley. Hobley sticks it on the boot, goes inside forward 50. 4-on-1 contest. Big collision there. Taken out there was Cole. Didn't get the free kick. Play goes on. Strong tackle on the 50-metre arc. Laid on Tanks.
Geez, Brown was the one who floated back into the...
it was 4-on-1 there. And
into the hole and didn't take a backward step. Well done to Brown.
So Pearce gets it forward. High ball, barely the required. Big pack of players. Cockatoo Collins at the fall of it. Beats a tackle. Can spin around from 60. Just pops it up to around 40 out. All Aspley back there. Should have been taking the mark. Tank's got a hand on it. Going back in there was Patrick Doherty wrapped up. We'll have a ball up, 45 out. The mark should have been taken there by, I believe it was either Brown or Patrick Doherty.
Geez, the perceived pressure is building here. As play continues, Waters is pinch hitting in the ruck. Cockatoo Collins again. Can he get on the right foot? Handballs it off. Launches from 50. Who's there for the Panthers? Floats over the back, over the boundary line. Boundary throw in, right forward pocket.
He's managing to find some space there, Cockatoo Collins. He's had a couple of good involvements in the last minute. And that was clever there, how he just held space for Dads and then fed the handball back to him to have the shot at goal.
So it's going to be Waters and Walbers. Walbers got the tap, just punches it clear, looking for Crawley. Panthers swoop on it, handball, looking for the big fella in Downey. Can't get to him. Boundary throw in, half forward flank. Panthers are starting to build the pressure here. So interested in this setup. Hodge playing the spare man, a kick behind the ball. Lovinbank Smith roaming around. Play back on the action. Panthers looking to go back inside, attacking 50. Cockatoo Collins reaching over the top. Punch the ball clear. Here's Hodge. Batoli Simmons kicks to open space. No one really at home. Look out. Great collision. Could have been held. Play on. Actually, no, he was held. Free kick to the Panthers.
It's going to be Cameron Reeves that takes the free kick.
As Walbers and Batoli Simmons have a bit of a dance at half forward.
So Cameron, He just palmed the ball forward and then was ripped right off it without the footy. And he'll take the free kick, and we've got an Aspley player down, and he's the man that gave away the free kick.
Is it
just
Cameron,
trying to see whose number it is.
Is it Cameron Reeves line up for goal here?
It is Darcy Cameron Reeves. We've got a Aspley player down the forward pocket, and it looks to be worse for wear. Dawson goes over to make sure they're all right. Just trying to work out who it is. It's Henderson.
Henderson. That'd be big. That'd be danger signs if he went down.
So Henderson has managed to get to his feet, and he's going to try and walk it off.
Cameron Reeves here, though, trying to get the lead back for the Panthers. 1 point the margin in favour of Aspley. Semi-final TPIL QAFL action. Comes in now. Needs to kick this. And does. Cameron Reeves, goal number 2 for him for the afternoon. And Morningside hit back. They've got the lead by 5 points. 8-4. Let's have a look at this. 8-4-52 to the Hornets. 7-5-47. 12 minutes played. Premiership quarter. Semi-final. Game on the line.
Good finish by Cameron Reeves. He's got 2 on the day. He's looked dangerous up forward. And he's been a good link man between their midfield and their attack.
Cockadoo Collins is the other one for me. He's been very lively in this third quarter.
All right, 5 point margin, 12 and a half minutes played. Morningside back in front, another lead change. Hodge and Walbers do battle again. Perfect bounce of the footy. Walbers wins it down, tries to track it. Coming through there was Nelson in the middle.
Good tackle.
A great tackle, Abe. We'll have a ball up. Morningside side of halfway. It was Hodge and Brown in there.
Looks like Tommy Horn's actually going to Harker at this stoppage, which is an interesting one.
So Walbers wins it down, working in there. It was Leahy, and Leahy's going to get a free kick. Taken without the football. Wants to move it on quickly. Can't. Now chips it forward. He's got Templeton in the middle of the ground. Templeton wastes no time. Goes towards half forward on a searching lead. It was Hill who came out 60 from home. Took the mark. Goes long now to the top of the goal square. Stackelberg getting across. Knocked away. Here's Harker. Couldn't get a hand on the foot. Dodge! Forced to dodge. And Dodge kicks his third goal. Great finish, Nick Dodge. And Aspley hit the front again. 1 point ball game, 8-5-53. Morningside 8-4-52. Almost 14 minutes played third quarter.
Geez, every time one team gets on top, the opposition hits straight back as Dodge comes off for a well-earned rest. Cody Stackelberg's going to come back on the ground. But that's what you want. That's what you want from Dodge. Roaming the packs. No point crashing the pack. Get to front and centre just like he did. Brilliant finish. And Aspley hit back. They've got the lead back to a point the margin. 14 minutes played. 8-5-53 to 8-4-52.
Oh, it's a 1 point margin. This game has had score changes galore. Hodge working in the middle. Here's Templeton. Try to get it free. Did. High ball inside forward 50 from Leahy. Big pack of players was knocked away. Harker was there. Here's Bennett. Came up with it. Handball looking for Waysome. Here's Leahy again. Taken in a good tackle by Cooper Hodge. Umpire will call a ball up just inside the centre square. Aspley at half forward.
Leahy and Hodge are literally almost going head-to-head at the moment. They do not like each other. It's been a brilliant contest.
So Hodge not afraid of the dirty work. Here's Harker again wrapped up. We'll have another ball up. Walbers and Hodge. Hodge this time won it down. Tracking the footy through there was Cooper Hodge. Picked it up, gathered, handballed it back to Waysome. Needs to be careful with the footy. Managed to get it back. Now they go out towards half back, and taking the mark there was Tommy Horn. Close to where the boundary intersects the 50. So Horn looking inboard, not much to go to. He's going to chip it back here, right into the back pocket, and finds Dwyer about 15 metres out from his defensive goal face. As Stackelberg called back to the 9, slow to move. Dwyer's going to go long up the line. He goes in the Waters direction, who had to fly out. It couldn't complete the mark. McLeod was lurking at the back, was picked up by Aspley. They get it back to the ruckman, Walbers, who sends it inside forward 50, just out of the reach there of House, and the ball trickles across. We'll have a ball in 40 metres out.
They don't want to get stuck down this end of the ground, the Panthers. They're going to try and get a couple of easy outs from stoppage here. Can't just let the Aspley Hornets just pepper away with inside 50s. They're going to kick goals from it. They've done it for most of the day this afternoon. Ball gets thrown back in. Hodge worked his way off Walbers. Crawley and Waters. Good tackle by Waters. Holds Crawley up. Henderson looks like he's come up okay after that little bit of an injury earlier. Line up on Griffiths at the stoppage. Hodge and Walbers. Harker just works his way through the traffic. Getting on the left foot. Kicks down the line and might stay in. No, it doesn't. Down the full. Good pressure there by the Panthers. Harker and Hodge. Hodge looking to come off the ground. Gets a nice little shove for his trouble.
So Wason to take the free kick. Plays on now, long ball towards centre wing, broadcast side. Hodge got up there, ball hit him on the head. He's going to get a free kick for his troubles. He was pushed into it by Walbers. And geez, Walbers followed up at ground level and laid a really big tackle on Darcy Cameron Reeves. So Hodge just behind centre, broadcast side wing. Umpire says move it on. Hodge ambles along, kicks it high towards half forward. Couple of Aspley players get back, and Dawson took the intercept mark, moves it on quickly. He's got Templeton in the middle.
Look out!
Should have taken. Horn came in with a good tackle. Great contest, and we'll have a ball up at centre half forward for the Panthers.
Tommy Horn just had to lay that tackle at all costs. The Aspley Hornets were out if he didn't lay that tackle. Well done by Tommy Horn. As Hodge and Walbers come together again, Tommy Horn loses footing. Oh, Harker, brilliant. No, it's been deemed as a throw. The Hornets were away. It's going to come back to Watson. Cody Stackelberg mans the mark. It's told to take a couple of steps back. Oh, look. Deep inside 50. Hasn't seen him, though. No one at home for the Panthers. Dads was around the mark. Cockatoo Collins again. Kicks back into the middle of the ground. Griffiths is around the mark. Impacts the contest well. Who's there for the Panthers? Great tackle by Arnold. Now 25 out on the slide angle. Another tackle that just had to be laid. 8:5:53 to 8:4:52. 18.5 minutes, premiership quarter. And a free kick's been found to the Panthers, would you believe? And it's going to Waters. In the ruck contest, Walbers pleading with the umpire, saying his arm was grabbed. But he got pinned for grabbing himself, and Waters is going to line up for goal.
One of those ruck infringements that could go either way. Walbers still protesting his innocence. Not happy, the big fella. Waters the beneficiary from 30 metres out.
Every goal so important from here on in. Waters comes in. Got close to the man on the mark, and he...
Now Walbers has absolutely rinsed him after he took the mark, and it is on between the two big men. Walbers wants to go on with it. Waters looks like he's playing dead on the bottom of the pack. Teammates come in from either side. They want a piece of big Walbers, who just absolutely cleaned up Waters.
Now it's down the field, so it's going to be a guaranteed goal.
As Cockatoo Collins that'll take it from right on the goal line.
The Hornets coaching box next to us almost absolutely lost the plot when that free kick was, when Walbers decided to react.
Well, just silly stuff from a leader of their footy club. Cockatoo Collins comes in, drives it right through the middle. Morningside get 2 goals in a row, and they want a piece of big Walbers. So this one threatening to bubble over. Morningside go back to back. Well, it is all happening here as we wait for the scoreboard update. 9:4:54 Morningside, Aspley 8:5:53, 5-point margin.
Well, again, it was probably one of the, the ruck infringement was definitely a coin flip.
Oh, 100%.
Unfortunately, the reaction by Walbers after the kick wasn't a coin flip. You had to give another free kick down the ground. Cockatoo Collins kicked truly. and Walbers is going to have to work his way to get that one back.
And while it wasn't a big hit by Walbers on Waters, Waters was always going to go down, and he just... Well, needs to be better for a senior player to put yourself in that position, because the umpires are always going to pay it. So Morningside at a 5-point margin. They lead 21 minutes played. We're into time on third quarter. It's Hodge and Walbers again. Walbers, good tap down to Banks-Smith, wheeling around with that right boot towards centre half forward. Goes over the head there of Hayden. Ball bouncing, coming out to meet it there. Doing well was Howson. Fed a handball off. They go inside 450. Mark's been taken. Harker close to the boundary line, 40 out. Strong set of hands on the lead in front of Luca Winton.
Well, it looks like Banks-Smith has been pushed into the midfield, and Harker is pushing forward at every opportunity, trying to stretch that midfield depth for the Panthers, and he lines up for goal to hit straight back.
So this will take a good kick, close to the boundary line from 40 metres out. Cohen Harker, he's had a good day. He's kicked one already. Comes in now, strikes it, fading across the left-hand side. It ends up hitting the behind post, so no score. Morningside still lead 9-4-58. Aspley 8-5-53. 22 minutes played.
Well, kick. Waters came off the bench. That could have been close down the full as well. He's paid as a mark. Down the line, not the best of kicks, but still finds Horn. Handballs it off. Look out. Bennett's almost got crunched. Dawson under the drop of this ball. Good impact on the contest by Cockatoo Collins. They got the outnumber here. They found a teammate in Saunders as Tommy Horn mans the mark. Griffiths and Crawley goes over their head. Loving with the spoil. Ends up in the hands of Crawley. Crawley to Walbers. Walbers found a teammate. You could be in trouble. Play on, said the umpire. Walbers crashes the pack. Crawley ends up with it. Ball gets held up. Good tackle laid there by Pearce. Walbers and Hodge. Stackelberg got the clearance. Looking for the likes of Harker. Beats him over the boundary line. So boundary throwing about 60 out from the Hornets' goal. Game definitely on here. 8-5-53 to 9-4-58. 5 points the margin. We'll try and get you an update on Surfers and Labrador shortly. Gets over the back. Banks-Smith gets on the right, inside out 12, might find a teammate. Ludwig was good defending, ends up with it again. Chips to Waters in the corridor. Begging for teammates to push forward to the contest. Pushes it out wide to Hodge. Hodge found a teammate a little bit closer to goal. Gets on the right. Weren't burning pass, not great at all. Now here comes Leahy. Pushes off Hodge. Got a teammate out wide. Had a bit of time. Kicks down the line. Waters is there for the Panthers. Just hammers the ball away. They come back in through the corridor. Horn's here. Going to take the mark at half back. Griffiths. They bypass him. This could be an interesting contest. Great work by Crawley. Play on, said the umpire. Crawley, brilliant work by him. Found Dodge. Dodge gets on the right. Bit of an up and under. Got to hit the contest. Great work by Stackelberg.
So Stackelberg on the point of the square at half forward. About 60 from home. He's going to chip this one up towards 25 metres out. Big fly of the football. Knocked off hands at the fall of the footy was Dads. Picked it up, gave it to a running Pearce, who swept a handball over the top to Waters, who's found space on the outer side. Waters goes looking for Batoli. Smith coming the other way was Ryan Banks-Smith to cut it off. Tracking it close to the boundary line was Leahy. We're going to have a throw in outer side. Both teams playing run and gun football.
It's the 1% stuff that you got to keep an eye on in this premiership quarter and towards the back end of this game. Players are going to get tired. It's the 1%ers. They're going to work out who's going to win this contest this afternoon.
They'll have a ball back into play. Going into the ruck for Morningside is Dwyer. Got it down. We've got a ruck infringement free kick. It's going against Walbers. Oh, the big man's about to blow a gasket here. Dwyer chips it up. Outer side wing. Now sweeping handball, play on. Here's Pearce going inside forward 50. Cockatoo Collins found some space out the back, goes top of the square. Here's Hodge. Can he get on the end of it? Took it with the one arm. close to the boundary line, close to the goal line. And Hodge looks inboard. He's got a man on. Will the kick get there? It does. Calm, composed play by Cooper Hodge, and finds Cameron Reeves, who can go back and have a look at his third goal of the game from 30 metres out directly in front.
Well, that was the key there. You just didn't want to panic. Hodge had a couple of options, running screaming into the goal square. Took the right option.
Here's Cameron Reeves on the approach. It comes back straight through the middle. Darcy Cameron Reeves has 3 goals. Morningside back out to an 11-point lead. And brilliant play by Cooper Hodge, the 16-year-old.
Well, Cooper Hodge came from nowhere. He ran 50 metres to get into that position to take that mark.
It was on this near side, the ball travelling down the outer side, and he just put the jets on, made a beeline for the goal square and managed to get on the end of it. And how good was Preston Cockatoo Collins out there on the half-forward flank, managed to work his player under the footy, took the mark, took off and found Hodge right on the goal line. Some would say he was having a shot for goal. I say he was doing the unselfish thing and passing it off. And Morningside, they stretch out to an 11-point lead. Can't be too far from three-quarter time. We've played 27 minutes.
Well, Walbers and Hodge back in the ruck. Walbers not getting the right side of the coin of late with some umpiring decisions. Hodge got the tap out. Good work by Pearce. Gets tackled. Another ball up.
These youngsters from Morningside, they have definitely stood up.
Walbers and Hodge bail it out again. And here comes Brown. Gets on the left. Kicks the centre forward. Loving was brilliant in the one-on-one. He's going to go out wide. Found a teammate out there. Might be forced to go down the line. Wanted to come back in the corridor. He could be in a bit of trouble. Really kicked to no one. Who's there for the Panthers? Great tackle. Unfortunately, couldn't hold it. Kick to half forward. Panthers in the prime spot. Got a bit of a shove. Play on, says the umpire. Dropped a mark he should have taken. Here come the Hornets. Stackelberg at the front of this pack. Oh, loses his footing, dodges around the mark. Can he get the ball on boot? No, he can't. Great work by the Panthers. Scrambling. Nelson again. He's a general down there, Nelson.
He's had some good moments. Brings it out from full-back. 10-point margin. Morningside lead. Wason goes up the line. Finds Bennett close to the boundary line. Still inside defensive 50. Broadcast side. So Bennett, he'll be called to move it on. He's going to have to dump this one along. High ball. Hodges there. He has the fly at it. Allowed to fly uncontested. Took it on his chest. So Brad Hodge starting to have an impact around the ground. He's got it behind halfway. Just kicks it high along the line. And a good mark there taken by Brown. Pushed his man off the footy and took it above his head. So Brown wants to slow it down. He just chips it up the line to Harker. So Harker just inside the centre square on the halfway line. Kicks it towards the boundary. Here's Patrick Doherty. Goes up the line. Keeps it just inside. And the mark has been taken. Claiming for 50 for the man on the mark. Not going to be paid. This is Raymond Hill. He's going to send it long to the hot spot. Big pack of players. Walbers was there. Could have been pushed off it. Dad's got the crumb. Fed it back through traffic. Did well. Here's Nelson. Nelson's got a man out at half back. It's going to sit here for Waters. Can he come and grab it? He does. Keeps it just inside the boundary line. Pivots inside. Then outside. Oh, let him a merry dance. Now the kick towards half forward. He's going to be pinged for running too far.
And you know why? Because Liam Dawson was seen 30 metres away all on his own. He couldn't kick long. He had no one forward to the footy. As Bank Smith comes back in board. Can he get over the outstretched hands? He does. Harker gets on the right. It's actually Templeton. That kick's not too bad. Batoli Simmons gets crunched by Harker. Could have been caught high. No, said the umpire. So about 35 out directly in front of the Hornets goal. They've got to hold up here, the Panthers. Walbers and Hodge go at it again. Walbers almost ended up with it, trying to get the crumb. Hodge is around the mark as well. Good tackle laid. Hodge gets poleaxed by Harker. Harker's not let any... There's one brick wall in that midfield, and it's called Harker, and no one's getting through there. Stackelberg, all on his own, gets on the right. Just pushed it a little bit too far left. on the snap. Minor score. 8-6-54 to 10-4-64. 10 points the margin in favour of the Panthers. Almost 31 minutes played. Premiership quarter. Semi-final TPIL QAFL action here. Dodge trying to cut that off. Front on contact or mark.
Front on contact.
And 50.
Go the way of Ryan Cole. He came flying in there, so Cole sprinting up towards halfway.
Don't panic here. Liam Dawson is set up again behind the ball here. Can't just bomb away. Brown's a spare as well.
Cole's got Downey here. Downey just allowed to strut off the mark, kick it into the pocket. Cockatoo Collins with the fly. Cameron Reeves in front. Snap from around 45, kicks it to the hot spot. All Aspley back there. It was Bank Smith who took the mark. Bank Smith can just shut it down. He's got Walbers out here on this broadcast side. Opts to go the outer side of the ground now. Runs off in front of Tanks. Kicks it long towards half back. Big fly out there on the outer side, and a great mark taken by Raymond Hill.
He's had a good third quarter, Raymond Hill. He's taken a number of contested marks. Comes back in board to Henderson. Play on, said the umpire. That has to be gone. No. Well, it's either a free kick for holding the footy. That's what I would have thought. It wasn't 15. Another little coin flip decision. Ball gets held up. Half-forward line, about 40 out from the Panthers' goal. Here's a chance for him to hit back. Hornets clear the ball okay. Back in the middle of the ground. Ends up in the hands of Howson. He's been better this afternoon. Kicks up the line. Founds the man of the game. Harker. Harker to centre half forward. Bit of a push. Play on. Nelson was good as three-quarter time sounds. 8-7-55. Aspley, Morningside, 10-4-64. Tick over 32 minutes.
You need a strong team. At TPIL Lawyers, we rise above the pack. When it comes to your total and permanent disability and compensation claims, choose TPIL, the personal injury lawyers. Kicking goals for Queenslanders since 1983. TPIL Lawyers, proud partner of AFL Queensland.
AFL 9s, it's footy for
Best mates looking to be teammates.
Cardio fiends after a bit of competition.
Legends of the game. Looking at making a comeback.
There's footy for when your week's pretty cooked, or for fitting it in between classes.
It's footy!
It's footy.
It's footy!
it's footy for me.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the first semi-final in the TPIL QAFL final series for 2025. And this has turned into an absolute belter of a game. Aspley Hornets, the home side, trailing 8-7-55. Morningside, 10-5-65. 10 points a margin, three-quarter time. My name's Kane Brand. Still joining me is the great man, Jack Foreman. Jack, what'd you think of that third quarter?
Tight, tough, contested footy. Both teams having opportunities, and the pivotal moment of that third quarter was the incident down in Morningside's forward 50 where Will Walbers gave away a ruck infringement free kick to... Who did he give the free kick to? I think it was Waters.
Yes.
Waters went back, kicked the goal, and then... Well, Will Walbers had a moment of madness, gave away a second free kick. Preston Cockatoo Collins went and kicked it from the goal line. It was a two-goal swing, and in the context of this match, that could prove pivotal with Morningside holding a 10-point lead at three-quarter time. But, geez, the pressure out there has been immense. Some of the collisions have been frightening. Both sides throwing their bodies into it. And these are the two heavyweights of the sides of the competition. Two great clubs. Last year's defending premiers. Aspley won a couple before that. So these teams know what finals footy is all about. And we are looking forward to a fantastic last quarter. Plenty of spectators here at Auto Mall Oval in Aspley as we wait for the last of those spectators to leave the field before we can...
Go on. Sorry, Jay. It looks like Banksmith, just like in the third quarter, is starting in the middle of the ground. So that's an interesting play going into this last quarter. The former Grogan medal winner could win the game for him this afternoon off his own boot, potentially in that midfield group. Harker's been brilliant all day. I've loved watching, the one for me down back, Taylor Wasson from Morningside has been ridiculously good.
Taking a lot of intercept marks.
As play starts, final quarter, who's going to come out on top? Hodge and Walbers again in the ruck. Hayden with the tackle. Ball goes up again. Walbers just slams the ball forward. Harker, here we go. Great tackle laid though. That's holding the footy. That's great for the Panthers. Lucas Winton with the tackle. As Harker gets told to take a couple of steps back, everyone takes a breath. 10 points a margin. Who's going to come out on top? Who's going to play in the prelim next week? Arnold's been good. Hits the contest hard. Ends up with it here. Now, players came together. It's going to be a free kick. It's going to go to Cockatoo Collins. Cockatoo Collins, worm-burning kick, unfortunately, ends up straight in the hands of Liam Dawson, who finds Walbers. Waters and him come together. No love lost between those two this afternoon. Hayden picks it up, slams it. Hodge is going to impact this contest. Horn was around the mark as well. Little chip kick into the pocket. Cockatoo Collins again. No, Shaquille McLeod. Check side. Kicks to the goal square. The big fella couldn't get there in Downey. And the ball's been rolled over the boundary line. Boundary throw in right forward pocket for the Panthers.
Well, 15 metres out. First goal in this last quarter. Crucial. Panthers into attack. Kicking to the left of your screen in this last quarter. So Waters to do the ruck work. Matched up against Rory Tarlington. The two backups. Waters pushed Tarlington out of the ruck. Had a shot on goal. Pushed it away to the left-hand side. Minor score. The Morningside 10-6-66. Aspley 8-7-55. The margin at 11 points. We're 2 minutes into the last quarter. Winton had to stand under that one and took a great mark with Harker bearing down, and Winton will take the kick and put Morningside back into attack.
He's been good the last couple of contests between him and Harker. Players go up. Keegan Downey. Who's there at the bottom of the pack? They've got to be clean here. Arnold with the handball out. Brown, you're gone. Umpire comes in very quickly, blows the whistle. Stoppage, probably 30 out, 25 to 30 out from the Panthers' goal. Dad's with a brilliant tackle on Brown. Waters and Walbers. Walbers punches the ball clear again. This time it's Brown on Dad's. So returning the favour. Ball gets thrown up again. Waters, Walbers. Who's roaming the pack? Instantly gets claimed once more. So stoppage after stoppage here for the Panthers. Can they get a clean shot on goal here? Next goal so crucial. Walbers taps to the back. Dawson, clearing kick. Perslow's around the mark. Harker again attacks the ball hard. Here's a chance. Templeton handballs it out wide. Chip to half forward. Looking for Stackelberg. He outstretched Nelson. Good tackle laid there by Stackelberg. Forces the ball out of bounds. Good play by both players.
So Nelson, he's been good on Stackelberg. Kept him to just the 2 goals and had some crucial involvements in the back half of Morningside. So Hornets into attack. Ball in right on the 50-metre arc. Hodge and Walbers. It's been a ding-dong battle in the ruck. Walbers gets it down. Flying through there was Stackelberg of the Cody variety. Big pack of players for him, and another ball up. Plenty of stoppages in this game. So on the edge of 50, Hornets into attack. Walbers got it down. Harker went through there. Putting his head over it was Hayden. And another stalemate. Ball allowed to continue. Morningside work it out. Horn did well. Got it back to Batoli Simmons, who sent a high ball to the outer side wing. Flying at it was Cameron Reeves. Couldn't take the mark. Followed up with a great tackle at ground level. Great pressure, Darcy Cameron Reeves. Wrapped up Henderson, and we'll have another ball up. Dead centre of the outer side wing here at Auto Mall, Aspley Oval. And a fantastic day for footy we've had. Ball back in play again. Walbers left it behind. Stackelberg was ripped off it. Working in there, Banks Smith as well. And we'll have another ball up.
Geez, there's been half a dozen tackles already that neither side has been able to break into some open space. The tackles are holding at the start of this final quarter. Hodge and Walbers again. No clear winner on that occasion. Stackelberg with the clearing kick. Harker gets forced, almost tunnelled. Play on, said the umpire. Leahy around the mark once more, looking to go inboard. Sees Crawley in the middle of the ground. That was a brilliant kick. Crawley into forward 50. Looking at Stackelberg. Clears them. And Perslow shuts that one down. Actually, it was Nelson. Ends up with Griffiths. Gives the handball off. Little chick kick looking for McLeod. Couldn't find him. And the clearing bunch clear was from Brown. Great work by the Aspley defender.
So Morningside holding an 11-point lead. We've travelled 5.5 in this last quarter. TPIL Lawyers, QAFL semi-final. The winner goes through to play Redland Victoria Point in a prelim next week. Walbers having his jumper pinched. No free kick given. But Banks Smith went in there with Hodge. Ball close to the boundary line and out over play. Oh, who can break it open for Aspley? They need a couple goals. Time still well and truly on their side. Entry throw in right in front of our commentary position here. Fantastic commentary position, one of the best in the league. Walbers won it down. Banks Smith there. Stackelberg got a kick forward. Putting his head over it was Dawson, who did well. Ball back into the centre of the ground. Pearce did well to pick it up, get it back to Cooper Hodge, who just rushed a high up and under ball into the centre of the ground. Knocked away from Tanks. His dad sent a torpedo forward. This is going to bounce about 20 out. Cockatoo Collins is there. Tapped it forward. Got taken without it. No free kick. Rushing in there was Dwyer as well. Ball's come out. McLeod's going to kick a goal from the goal line. Brilliant work. Cockatoo Collins somehow managed to extract that footy. And going in from the goal line was Shaq McLeod to pump it home. And Morningside are out to a 17-point lead. 7 minutes played last quarter. That is a crucial goal in the context of this one.
Cockatoo Collins, you are a freak. I tell you what, talk about multiple efforts on the contest. He was one-on-one in the contest. Couldn't take the mark. Ball got over the back. Got held without the footy.
Unlucky not to get a free kick.
Umpire said play on. Came back, laid a tackle, then laid another tackle, then got the handball out, and McLeod ran into an open goal. Absolutely brilliant.
So Morningside are in pole position to win this one. They lead by almost 3 goals. 17 points the margin. So going to take 3 straight kicks for Aspley. But we've seen them do it before and climb off the canvas once before in this match. That back in the second quarter. So Hodge and Walbers. Still plenty of time to go. Hodge won it down. Bennett's pushed off it. Here go Aspley. They go forward through Banks Smith. Ball bounces in front of, who was it down there? Chapman. Chapman's still working there. Managed to get a handball through. Here's Harker finding some space. Lovig managed to get a hand in there and intercepted. Lovig, really well done. Just pumps it long out of danger. This will be insufficient intent. Straight towards the boundary line. It'll be Banks Smith that takes the free kick right in front of us.
Banks Smith, Dawson pleading for it back in board on the 45. Got called to play on. Kick to half forward. Hodge underneath this one. Walby's not in the best position. Coaches start to get a bit nervous. Handball off. Back down the line. Right in front of us here. Who's there for the Panthers? He's been brilliant this afternoon, Hodge. Bennett's been good as well. Back down the line, looking for the likes of Waters. And Liam Dawson with the mark. Cross half back. Dawson, not quite sure where to go. Comes back in board on the 45. Finds Brown. He's been an absolute workaholic this afternoon at half back. Still moving the ball slowly. Bypasses Dawson. Goes backwards before they go forwards. Cockatoo Collins standing the mark. Again, into a bit of a bottleneck here. Kicks across the ground. Dangerous McLeod! Always going to be in trouble there. Trying to do the slow switch across the ground. In the space of 5 minutes, McLeod has gone bang, bang. Kicked a couple of goals, and all of a sudden, Morningside with the biggest lead of the day.
Well, for any youngsters watching at home, that is the perfect way to apply pressure as a forward. He just gave him enough rope to hang himself, Shaq McLeod. He held off just enough, and as soon as that ball was kicked, Shaq McLeod was on his bike, got there with time to spare, took the intercept mark, marched in from the goal line. He's kicked 2 from point-blank range. And Morningside, wow, 23 points. That, I don't want to say too early that that's a sealer, but that makes it very tough now for Aspley.
Well, McLeod was almost like a 100-metre sprinter then. The way he took off, his speed in that 5-metre gap was absolutely scintillating. And you're right, I mean, 23 points the margin. But after that second quarter, there was 10 goals kicked between these two. So it's still game on. Who's going to come out on top? The Hornets trying to head back through Hayden. Hayden kicks to the hot spot, and Howson, Dodge somehow comes up with it, gets a knee on boot. Morningside, rush behind, no, still in play, dangerous kick. Oh, what an impact that was. Great play by both players, Ludwig with the tackle. Jeez, that was like getting hit by a bus, that collision.
Whoever it is, the Morningside player down there has copped one right smack bang in the ribs, and he looks to be in a lot of pain. He's lying on his side there at the moment. That was a brave effort. It wasn't coming the other way for Aspley.
Oh, whoever it was came in like an absolute train.
That was absolute bravery. I think it is Ryan Cole, the man down. And he just got hit completely open right in the side. And, geez, if he escapes this with no broken ribs, that'll be a miracle, because he got absolutely hammered. Showed a lot of bravery. And he's got to his feet, and he's going to run this one off. God, these players are tough. So Aspley forward to centre. Hodge won it down. Working it through there. Boot on ball from Hayden. Had a shot on goal. It's fading across. And the ball goes out on the full. Just couldn't bend it far enough. So taking the free kick in the back pocket is Dwyer. So Dwyer is going to send this one along towards half-back. Not a great kick off the boot. Winton was there for the fly. Bennett came and picked it up at ground level. Got it back to Batoli Simmons. Screws it around the corner. Bounced over the head of Pearce. Mitchell doing work with Saunders and McLeod. Oh, and here's Cole. Got to his feet. He was crunched a moment ago. And now he takes a bounce, streaming forward to centre. Kicks it in. Up towards full forward. Tracking it back there was Purslow. Had a couple for company. And they're going to get out of danger here, Aspley. The kick comes up to Crawley. So Aspley holding up under pressure. Crawley goes across his defensive 50. Risky kick. Tanks managed to pick it up. Spun in the tackle. Got a handball import to Cole, who gathers. Cole from 25 for the sealer. Pushed it. Kicked it out on the full in the end. And Aspley, well, they dodge a massive bullet. as they bring it in from fullback.
Geez, that'd be a kick Peter Hudson would be proud of back in the 71 grand final after being completely knocked out. As Lovig tried to cut that one off. They're going to have to take some risks here, the Hornets. They've got a bit of room out wide. Tanks tries to impact the contest again. Play on. That's not the best at kicks. And this man here in the last quarter has been absolutely brilliant, Lucas Winton. Absolutely brilliant. Got told to stand on Cohen Harker, who'd be arguably best on ground this afternoon. Kick to Waters. That's been cut off by the Hornets. Back into the corridor. They're going out a little bit wider. Dads is going to cut this off. Overran it, unfortunately. Not a lot of teammates to use here.
Oh,
Cameron Reeves.
That was clever from Cameron Reeves. Got it inboard to Dads. Dads with the outside of the boot. Dads plays on now. Goes to half forward. All Aspley back there. Dawson's going to be the first one to get there. In fact, it just bounces away from him. A mongrel bounce of the football. And it goes out of bounds at half forward for Morningside. Seems like every bounce is going their way at the moment, Kane.
No, you're definitely right there. As time still ticking away. 14 minutes played, final quarter.
23 points the margin. We're 14 minutes in, so still plenty of time, but Aspley need the next goal. Hodge and Walbers. Walbers won it down. Who can get it at ground level? Pearce, big contest. Coming through was Horn. Gave the handball off to Hobley. Hobley on the left towards half forward. Inside the 50, having to stand under it and doing brilliantly there was Fox. Ball close to the boundary line. Cole trying to work it inboard. Socket off the ground forward towards the wing. Nelson worried off it there. Here's Hayden. Got a handball over the top to Banks Smith. Twisting and turning. Goes back inside traffic. Just screws a kick forward. Housen came up with it. Got a handball over the top. It's scrappy football. Nelson copped a trip. He'll get the free kick.
Purely accidental, that trip.
And they want to go on with it. Great work by Nelson and scrambling cover defence by the Morningside Panthers.
Jeez. You talk about semi-final footy. This is turning into an absolute classic. Yes, it's 23 points the margin, but I don't think we've gone any real higher than probably double figures all afternoon. There's Morningside again at half-back, looking to feed it off to Hobley. Hobley, dangerous kick. Ends up in the hands of a Hornet. Little chip kick. Missed Hayden by a country mile. Housen roams it. He's been definitely one of the best. And a bit of push and shove. Keep an eye on that as Walbers takes the juggling mark. Get up, boys. The ball's going to be coming your way any second. Little chip kick finds Crawley. They've got some room to move. Dangerous kick again. Hodge was brilliant. Patoli Simmons. Harker ends up with it. Beats to Tarlington. Back to Stackelberg. Stackelberg kicks the pocket. Shocking bounce to the footy. Bypasses everyone. Look out. This is Hayden again. Griffiths with the hack kick out. Who's going to be at the drop of this ball? Patoli Simmons is around the mark. Got to lay a tackle and does. Ball held up between half forward and centre wing.
How good was the effort from Taylor Wason here? With Aspley streaming inside forward 50. He just made a beeline at the footy. Took it and relieved the pressure. Ball out of side. It's going to be a ruck infringement free kick. It's going the way of Hodge. Walbers can't believe it. He's had a rotten day with the officials, Will Walbers. Hodge kicks it long down the line. Big pack forms. Big fly at the footy and a great mark taken. I think it was Perslow out there. First time we've really sighted him in this last quarter. Strong mark. He chips it up the line to Griffiths. Another strong grab. Had to be good with two bearing down on him. Tommy Griffiths up to the task. No, just forward to centre. Out of side of Auto Mall Oval. Griffiths goes long. That's a poor kick. And coming in to chop it off. Good mark taken. And by Patrick Doherty. Goes across goal. They've got men out here. Broadcast side. Good kick. Found Dodge. So Dodge has it just behind halfway. Needs to move it quickly. Wants to look inboard. Goes longer. Towards half forward on the point of the square. Coming back there. Arnold dropped a mark he should have taken. Was spoiled by his own man in Stackelberg. And Morningside are going to come the other way. Hodge fed a handball through the middle to Batoli Simmons, who handballed it forward. Here's Cameron Reeve. Gathered. Broke a tackle. Chipped it forward. Aspley players back. Here's McLeod again. Oh, doing well there. Very well. And coming away was Raymond Hill. Kicks it up towards half back and finds Dave McDonald. They get out of danger.
Who can take the best step forward here? Aspley taking risks, left, right and centre. Crawley's had 6 or 7 touches in this last quarter out wide. Kicks up the line. That's worked out to Harker, who looks like he's been playing at half forward. Arnold's pushed forward as well. He's going to get on the right foot. Launches. Helson's there. Stackelberg's there. Dodge's there. Gets out the back. Oh, guess who it is again? I can't believe this kid. He has been absolutely brilliant this afternoon in Watson. Defended once more, 3-on-1, had to win the footy and did. Ball about to be thrown back in, right forward pocket. Walbers and Hodge once more. Walbers with the tap, gets on the bite. Good tackle laid there again by the Panthers. Zane Pearce on that occasion. He's kicked 1 goal this afternoon. Templeton was the one who got tackled. Still 23 points the margin. Dodge comes out of clearance. Got the handball out. Who's there for the Hornets? Stackelberg trying to wrestle. He's got to be on the footy. Yes, he is. No love lost with the crowd out the other side. And this man again, he's had a ridiculously good last quarter, Lucas Winton. Chips the ball, finds Bennett. Liam Dawson probably 2 kicks out from where this kick's going to be taken. Cameron Reeves trying to man him up, so he can't be third man up. Back in the middle, Pearce. That crowd is going absolutely ballistic out on that outer side. Launches the ball to the wing position. Ball gets over the back. Cameron Reeves is around the mark again. Batoli Simmons, what a tackle. Forces the ball out of bounds. So it'll be a boundary throw in. It's on the right side of centre if you're a Morningside supporter. 23 points the margin, 20 minutes played, final quarter. Winner continues, loser goes home.
So 2 goals to none in this last quarter, and both of those goals kicked by Shaq McLeod, who's got 3 on the day. Ball back into play. Hodge and Walbers. Walbers won it down. Horns working in there. Tackled. We'll have another ball up. Ball on this outer side wing where the Aspley faithful have gathered on that halfback flank there. Kick comes in. Overrunning it there was Hobley. Went back and gathered. Fed a handball out to Bennett, who's found some space on the halfback flank. He wheels around now. Goes long up the line. Bounce. Cruel for Walbers. In there was Tanks. Couple for company. We'll have a ball up. We've hit time on. We've gone 21 minutes in this last quarter. Morningside by 23 points. They need 4 goals in not too long a time to work in Aspley. Clock starting to become the enemy. Outer side wing. Walbers won it down. Twisting and turning in there was Templeton. Goes into the middle of the ground. Risky kick. It comes off to McDonald, who plays on immediately. Streams away. Goes inside forward 50. Looking for Arnold there. Couldn't take the mark. Arnold went in again at ground level. Good tackle. Here came Lovick. Beat a couple of tackles through the middle. Heaved it onto the boot towards half forward. Dawson's back there. Takes the intercept mark. So they're not out of danger yet, the Panthers. Dawson on the point of the square at half back. Called to move it on now. He's going to dump this one long. 2-on-1 contest. Winton got front position and thumped it out over the line. Boy, he's been impressive in this last quarter, Luca Winton.
He's been absolutely... He's been definitely man of the quarter if you're a Panthers supporter. He's been ridiculously good. He got the job on Harker at the start of the last quarter. Harker's been very quiet indeed. Looks like Batoli Simmons is going to Harker. This stoppage. Ball's going to be thrown back in. We're going to try and work out a 3-2-1 at the end of this as well, as Walbers tried to get clear. Here comes Bank Smith. Bank Smith literally had an air ball off his boot. instantly gives it away. Winton again, looking for Horn. Not the best bouncers. Purslow, absolutely brilliant. Here comes Waters. Can he get a good bounce of the footy? Dawson's going to impact the contest. Waters gets taken out. Brown Rose. Henderson can't get to the contest. Battle is on right now. Purslow hits the contest hard once more. Cockatoo Collins is around the mark. But it's the Hornets through Harker who are coming out of trouble.
They go long. Outer side wing. Knocked away from Howson. Great contest there. Geez, this back six of Morningside have stood up in the last quarter. As we work out our 3-2-1. Geez, I think we might already have it sorted. Time ticking down. We've travelled 23 and a quarter minutes. Last quarter. Panthers lead by 23. Thump forward by Dads and then wrapped up in a big tackle. So it's been tight and willing in the clinches. Aspley have not stopped trying, but their ball use going forward has let them down. Wolbers won the tap out and then tapped it on again into the path of Dads, who kicked it forward for Morningside. Worked off it there was Waters. Going back there was Tarlington. Tried to beat the tackle, was wrapped up. He's going to be pinged for holding the footy. So a great tackle laid by Purslow. And Purslow has it, 55 from home. Arcs around now. From the edge of 50, sends it long to the goal square. Purslow seals the deal. That's the ball game right there. A brilliant finish from 50. And Morningside are going through to a preliminary final. They will take on Redland Victoria Point next week. They lead by 29 points, 13-6-84. Aspley 8-7-55. 24 and a quarter minutes played in this last quarter. And that is the game breaker.
Talk about breaking the hearts of the Hornets. Kai Purslow has been pushing forward in this last quarter at every opportunity. He's such a good impact player. He's a big, tall, strong body. Hit the contest hard and a brilliant finish. And talk about last nails in the coffin. Unfortunately for the Hornets, looks like it's going to be season over for 2025.
So a straight sets finals exit. They were well beaten last week against Palm Beach Currumbin, and Aspley have been beaten up in this second half by a determined Morningside. Injuries will not stop them in 2025. Ball back in the middle. Wolbers hasn't stopped trying. Here's Templeton. They go forward in the Stackelberg direction. No, in fact, it's Howson who's taken the mark on the lead 40 out.
Well, he had a pretty good afternoon yesterday.
Well, Howson needs to kick it. Makes good contact with it. It's fading late and a minor score, so the margin back down to 28 points.
Sorry, last week for how he had an okay day against Palm Beach. Just didn't have a lot of teammates that went with him. But Morningside, I mean, battle rugby. This is what you have to go through to try and win back-to-back premierships. It's almost impossible to do. Very rare indeed. They've been belted and pushed and shoved and tested, and you know they've probably had plenty of negative moments during the season, but they've come back with a vengeance here. Brown overran the footy, couldn't take the mark. There's a sling tackle there. The umpires found a free kick. Plenty of verbal going on. He's holding his neck, the Morningside player on the ground there. We're looking for 3-2-1. We're pretty much agreed on the 3. Not sure about the other 2. Not the best at kicks. Finds Arnold, who's pushed forward. Chip kick back in board. Good contest there. Howson again to Griffiths. Griffiths at half back. Just telling boys, I'm going to slow it down. Time ticking away here. Almost 27 minutes played. Can't be too much longer to go. Kick up the line. Horn decided to stay down. Good contest there. He's been pretty good this afternoon, has Cameron Reeves. He's kicked 3 goals. Could be one of the Panthers' best.
Could be a cheeky chance to find himself into the votes. So time ticking down. We've gone 27 and a quarter minutes. Ball in right in front of our commentary position here at Auto Mall Oval in Aspley. TPIL Lawyers finals football. Walbers took it out of the ruck, put it on the boot between wing and half forward. Good mark taken there by House and waste no time. Wheels around, goes inside forward 50. Getting back was Stackelberg. Took the mark, backing back at full stretch. And he can go back and have a look for his third goal of the game from 40 metres out directly in front.
Well, it doesn't look like he's going to get a chance to kick 100 goals for the season. Unfortunately, he's had a brilliant year, Stackelberg, arguably being the team of the year again.
So Stackelberg marches in, sends this one high. It works its way back. So Stackelberg gets his third, and Aspley get one back. Margin has been cut to 25 points, 9,862. Morningside 13,684, sorry. 22 points. Maths was never my strong suit at school.
This late in the season, that can be forgiven, I think. It's been a brilliant day of semi-final footy. We've almost been distracted. I'm going to have a quick look at the other game playing this afternoon. So you look at the call, I'll have a look at the scoreboard around the grounds.
So, ball back into the middle. Dwyer has gone into the ruck. He'll be matched up against Walbers. Brad Hodge comes off for a rest. Perfect bounce. Neither ruckman got a hand on it. Walbers went in there again. Try to work it forward. Doing well there was Waters. Morningside go forward. Out on the half-forward flank is Dads. Chips it inside 50. Cooper Hodge picked it up. Fed a handball over to Cameron Reeves. Will it sit for him? No. Just got a rotten bounce. Managed to keep it in. No, he didn't. Ball goes out of play. We'll have a throw in 30 metres out from the Morningside goal.
Just a quick around the ground. Surfers well on top here. 40 points the margin. 12-12-84 to Labrador. 6-8-44.
Well, it looks like your preliminary final matchups will be Redland Victoria Point taking on Morningside and Palm Beach Currumbin taking on Surfers. Oh, Aspley close to the boundary line in defence. A lot of players around the footy. Ball still hasn't gone out of play. Putting his head over it was Purslow. High ball inside 50 from Morningside, or sitting under it and taking a good intercept mark. That man again, Liam Dawson. He's been one of their best on the day.
He's taken a ton of intercepts once more. The intercept king in the QAFL competition. This man here has been absolutely brilliant. I keep saying it, ladies and gentlemen. I know it must sound like a broken record. He has dominated this last quarter, Lucas Winnan. When they had to shut down Cohen Harker, he's been the man of the moment. Launches to the pocket. No one really at home for the Panthers. It's going to be marked.
Thought he might help himself to a goal.
By, you're right again. The ball comes out the same way. Walbers ends up with it. Time ticking away here. 30 and a bit minutes played. That kick in the middle, not great. Templeton trying to crash the pack. Launches the ball towards centre forward. How's this ball going to bounce? Straight into the hands of Arnold. Found a teammate out a little bit wider. Banks-Smith. And Banks-Smith to Stackelberg.
So they've gone down fighting, Aspley. Morningside at the best of this second half, but Aspley, they haven't gone away and they've kept on trying right up until the end. There's the final siren.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we keep one eye on Stackelberg here, he's going to be lining up. Gets on the top. That ball went more sideways than forward. So the last kick of goal for him for season 2025 was not a good one. But it's all the Panthers, ladies and gentlemen, with injuries galore in season 2025. They've come out on top here. Can you believe it? 13-6-84 to the Hornets. 9-8-62. They were stoic in defeat, the Hornets. They had a brilliant second quarter. Third quarter, a little bit scratchy, but they can hold their head up high. They've gone out in straight sets, unfortunately for them. No chance to play in another prelim final. The Panthers roll on in season 2025. And just quickly go through some goal kickers. We've got Cody Stackelberg's got one for the Hornets. Dodge has got 3. Connor Stackelberg's got 3. Raymond Hill's got 1. and Cohen Harker's got 1. On the other end of the coin, I've got Tommy Horn with 1, Keegan Downey with 2. He's definitely icing that leg by the looks of it. He'll be an interesting one going into next week. Darcy Cameron Reeves ended up with 3. Preston Cockatoo Collins ended up with 3. Kai Perslow with 1. Pearce got 1. And Shaquille McLeod with those 2 absolutely brilliant goals to set up the win. Those are the goal kickers. And Jack, just quickly, who's your 3-2-1 this afternoon?
Well, the three votes. Let's start with the main man, Taylor Wason, down back for Morningside. He was incredible on the afternoon, repelled so many attacks, did well intercept marking, flew well in the air, just looked so composed down back and set up so much of that drive off their half-back line. And when Morningside, they're such a dangerous side when they slingshot the footy through the middle of the ground. So Taylor Wason gets our 3 votes. Our 2 votes, Darcy Cameron Reeves had plenty of the football in the middle. He pressed forward to kick 3 goals on the afternoon. He was absolutely everywhere for the Morningside Panthers. And the 1 vote for Aspley, Cohen Harker, never stopped trying all day, laid some massive tackles around the contest. I thought he was brilliant. And when his teammates faded out towards the back end of this game, he still kept on trying and deserves the 1 vote this afternoon.
Well, probably a couple of changes. I actually gave my 2 votes to Cohen Harker. I just thought he was ridiculously good. Unfortunately, a massive man in the last quarter, Lucas Winton, shut him down, unfortunately, for the Hornets. And I've actually given my 1 to the young man in Preston Cockatoo Collins. He kicked 3 goals for the day. He was brilliant up forward. When the game was on the line, he was ridiculously good. But I tell you what, ladies and gents, we are winding down here. Jack Fulham and myself, Kane Browning, we thank you for joining us for the first semi-final.
Kane, before we go, make sure you are sticking around on QAFL YouTube, because tomorrow, the QAFLW Grand Final, it is going to be live out of Brighton Homes Arena, where Southport will meet Morningside. It's Morningside's first year in the league, and they've made it all the way through to the QAFLW Grand Final. That game starts from 2:30 p.m. So if you can, head out to Brighton Homes Arena. If you can't make it out there, make sure you tune in on YouTube. And the Reserves Grand Final between Bond University and Southport will play at 12 p.m. tomorrow. So you can catch all of that on YouTube. Our grand final commentary team is Daniel Viles, the voice of women's football here in Queensland, Ash Newton-Spence, and Queensland women's football coach and Suns AFLW player Jamie Stanton will be on the call. So make sure you tune in for that one. Get around the ladies. Their game is fantastic. It's been a great season of QAFLW football, and I think the grand final is going to be a close one between Southport and Morningside.
No, it's going to be an absolutely brilliant day for footy tomorrow afternoon. Well, we're going to check out here from Graham Road. Thank you very much for joining us once again. Thank you, Jack, for your contribution this afternoon. My name's Kane Browning. Join us again next week, where we're going to have week 3 of the final series for 2025. Preliminary final week. It's going to be 2 absolutely brilliant games. It looks like it's going to be Surfers Paradise and Palm Beach Currumbin. And Morningside's continuing the run for back-to-back premierships, and they're going to be lining up against the Palm Beach Currumbin Lions. It should be an absolutely great afternoon, weekend of preliminary final QAFL action. We'll join you again very soon. Thanks again. Have a good day.